You really can't.
Since I have two things of
Okay, wait. Hello! Welcome to yet another session of Jokes, Tales, Critical Fails here at crispy_VDL. You are joining us tonight for our session of Scouring the Scorched Continent every Friday at 6 p.m. PST. We're running a little bit behind this evening, but everybody say hello to one of our latest members of the crew. His real name is Mike. You can go ahead and throw out anything you would like. But his character has yet to be introduced just yet. But before we get started, don't forget to check out the links in my link tree. Typing link into the chat. You'll find Start Playing there where you too can go ahead and join the fun. Check out any of our games on Start Playing where you too can join the ever-evolving world that our heroes are playing in today. This adventure is set in Rakesh, a continent on the southern half of the world, one scorched long ago by crusades of fire brought on by demon hordes now fled from this land. The people have returned to the continent and have since flourished amongst its sands. Our heroes for this adventure are in the town of Egressa, a small, quaint road, a quaint town along the road, running east to west throughout the lands of Mirhan, a desert land cut down the center by a massive river where most of the life flourishes, except amongst a few oases where small towns have sprung up. Egressa, one of those towns, small trade village, now in ruin, as from beneath the earth rose fire elementals, which took the city by force, while our heroes were away on a mission of their own. As they returned, they invoked the help of a great beast known as Galmiria of the Setting Sun, a dragon who took these elementals under her own employment. As they marched from the city, turning ownership to the forces of the Red Empire once more, our heroes returned to the town and took down the leader of the fire elementals, a salamander who, while quite tough, did not stand a chance against our heroes and Mahmoud. As you all turn in after your long journey across the sands, after besting the cult known as the Violet Knight, a group of drug-peddling addicts themselves controlled by a pawn of succubi, a lesser demon let into this world and running amok, concocting a drug known as Viraka, which was plaguing this land. As you were set on this task by Mahmoud, the general of the Red Empire, you return successful, having infiltrated the cult, overthrown and killed the demoness within. Turn victorious, waiting to report in to Mahmoud himself. However, he sees you have been that victorious and has given you tents of your own amongst the people of Egressa, still taking back their homes, lay in waste from the fiery horde that has just vacated. You all sleep Where are each of you sleeping? This would be, of course, everybody but. So as you all sit there quietly, not responding
We're
to me.
staying at what's his name's house?
I know who you're referring to.
Moju.
Moju, yes. You're staying at Moju's house. You and
I would be in like near the barracks or where soldiers are, sleeping alongside them.
okay,
There.
yeah. You have a tent, in one of the first rows of soldiers behind Matmud. Avery, whereas you're also at Moju, is what I was leading you into saying, but it seems like you wished not to speak for yourself. I understand.
I think Avery might be having issues with.
Yeah, I'm coaxing that out slowly. Yeah. Okay. Well, while we figure out the technical difficulties in here, you each slumber peacefully. Most of you or the pair of you in the home of a Luxodon priest, a worshiper of a worshiper of an old god of community and the herd. You are easily brought into the abode of Moju, a large Luxodon priest who is the head the councilman of spiritual affairs here in Egressa, one of the main leadership positions here within the city limits. One of 4 council people led by a head, recently murdered in another mystery solved by our party. As each of you slumber, the day passes. You had a long travel across sands. Nearly died at the hands of rot trolls, and were rescued by a group of monks who quickly swept you off onto a new task in the same day. You have not rested. All of you are tired, and you slumber quite hard throughout the evening. Rest comes in full, and you sleep a good portion throughout the morning. By the time each of you awake, as sleeping late is hard in the lands of Rakesh, as once the sun is up, you are up, is generally the colloquialism. But you all slumber through heat and all, and as each of you awaken in a sweat, the new day ahead of you, you can hear him before he enters. Moju's door so much as barged in, kicked in almost, as you hear a quick, loud rap upon the door. Just a loud double bang, and then twice more before the door is just quickly swung open, and you can hear Matmud, clear as day, march in. All right, I have given you plenty of time today, as I figured you have made quite the travel, but time is now for our meeting. Up, 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 up. And he starts slamming a spear against like the hard stone walls of Moju's place.
Oh god. Can we get breakfast first?
There will be breakfast. Plenty of time for that. Plenty of time for that. I will have it brought to my tent, but you have news for me, and I cannot wait any longer. I need something good to report. Now, come, up, get your things in order. Meet me at my tent. And he turns around quickly and starts marching out in a hurry. Moju
Okay.
comes through, like, tea in hand, and goes, it is quite late in the day, and tea is growing cold. And he just, like, hands it to you and Avery as the both of you awake. I assume Bastion, while
Bastion
you need your
is
8 hours of rest, there's not much beyond that. So you're, like, up at the break of dawn with
like
the military
already
camp.
like dealing with the like start of the day practices and form training and stuff like that, like or helping them around the camp, getting things in order.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're just involved in the everyday, um, like military regiment that long missed as you were under the also unprofessional supervision of Tassar. I'm sorry, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Brother Shazar.
And while his routine was effective, basically just making you beat each other up, you guys got better at fighting. Definitely not as effective as it could be. And you kind of jump at the opportunity just to involve yourself in sort of routine practice. You're up and at 'em early in the day. Hoffs is out and about first thing. As you guys are awoken and brought through the camp, Tassar, I'm sorry, not Tassar, Matmud marches way ahead of you as you are each brought sort of refreshments as you awaken kindly by Moju. But as Matmud just like marches to the far other side of the camp, he does stand expectingly out front of his tent as he arrives back. You can see Bastion. He shouts, "There'll be plenty of time for that later, Bastion. Here, front and center, your allies are awake."
Without missing a beat, Bastion like quickly marches and stands at attention. Like very much the soldier inside of him is finally coming out.
Okay, at ease, soldier.
Oh, is that what we're doing? So I'll do a cartwheel towards him, stand right next to him.
Also at ease, gymnast. I don't know what they say in your business. Anyway, in. I'm having food brought. You all have news for me, I'm going to assume. Good news, as you're back alive, and I don't expect that would be the case otherwise. He just closes the flap of his tent as you guys enter. It's like a very nice interior. There are tapestries hung from rods to like add warmth to the interior of this tent. And with all the flaps down, it is private. There's like lanterns hanging from different corners, casting light, but he's got like full on wooden furniture, including a bed. Inside here. You guys are brought in. There are chairs, like this long bench for you to sit on along a table. And he issues you in. Come, sit down, off your feet. Please tell me, how did it all go? What did you find? What did you bring back?
The Violet Hold has fallen. We have defeated a demoness known as Lady Delora. She was infusing the drug with her blood, suspectedly, which made it have its magical properties.
I see.
But the cult is no more. And we have brought back some stuff, but nothing of major importance. in terms of the investigation.
And where is the rest of it?
The Varaka is currently burned to make sure that no one can use it in the future.
And the compound?
Compound is up north in a ziggurat, but it would be many days' travel. Could send men to scour further.
He lays out a map onto the table. Goes, mark it for me. I'll send a force to secure the area, bring back any importance. And this Lady Delora, she was finished?
Yes, at our hands.
What exactly was she?
Oh shit, I don't have my notes page up.
Cruelly.
Cruelly, thank you.
I am not myself familiar, but I can review my notes myself. Well, that is good work, then. An infernal beast from the other realms, cleared from our plane. Good work. Fantastic work. Tell me, what of the cult members?
Few still live, but we were not able to lock them down, and they have spread. I would believe it would be nigh impossible to find all of them.
Are there names you can give me to follow up on?
Frankly, sir, I would find it hard to break my own oath of promises for their help in even defeating and liberating themselves in order to tell you their names. I find them to at least be decent people that were tricked.
Roll a persuasion check.
$16.
He goes, that is usually the case amongst cults like that. What of the leadership?
One did escape. The others are in the right senses finally. And none of them seemed as bad people, but the one that escaped was a woman named Sister Kira. At least that is the title that she went by. She could have gone into a passage similar to the one underneath Masof's house.
Into the Underdark. The deep rock. Well, I don't know how I feel of other leaderships being seen as innocent folk. They know what they're doing when they bring others into this ilk.
All of them, from at least what I was able to tell, were heavily under the usage of Varaka. I could not say in my mind that they were in their right self.
What about you, Avery Oberon?
That was fun to use, but I'm glad that other people aren't using it. Made the food taste a little better.
Not what are your views on Viraka? He puts a hand to his face. What are your thoughts on their leadership that got away?
Don't we also have Sister Tomorrow with us? Or is she left back with the monks?
She didn't exactly come up to brother. She didn't exactly come up to the general of the army and, hey, I came from that cult. She just kind of like slipped in this direction. You haven't seen her.
Okay. I because I missed the week, I didn't know what happened to her.
Oh no, you're good. She just kind of like slipped in amongst the city.
Got it. Okay.
Trying to find what it's called because I didn't put it down on my character sheet, but there was.
I mean,
and I'll bring up the little chest we found. I don't remember if we unlocked it. I don't think we unlocked it.
We did not. We had no key for it.
I think I had it wrapped up in my hat, in my spare hat.
Anybody that didn't relinquish basically scattered to the sands, as far as I know.
Yeah, we couldn't give them proper chase, if I remember correctly.
If you're asking for a recap, no.
Yeah.
Tassar, you guys very much just let leave. Well, okay, so to give you a brief recap of like what happened to each of one. Sorry,
Emis we let leave.
I'm trying. I just need to pull up the names.
Emis escaped before we even fought.
Yeah. So Emis, you guys 100% let leave. You let turn invisible and like walk before you guys even fought. The Tassar, you left with a group of people he led safely in the direction, not that you were heading. You guys also let leave.
Hello, Hoffs.
Hey, Hoffs. Welcome. You're talking to Mahmoud. I keep wanting to say Tassar.
Similar voices.
True. Yeah, so sorry, I just needed to pull up the list of Violet Knight. Period. Oh shoot. I forgot the thing. Yeah. So Emis you let leave. Tassar kinda just walked off with some of them. He was going to leave with Sister Otari, but Otari walked out, like just walked into the sands, which I want to be clear is a death wish.
Yeah.
She was supposed to leave with Tassar, but she just left. And then Kira ran away. So none of the leaders died. Except maybe Otari.
I mean, they were there. They were mainly there for the Baraka, so it's not like I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, but he does ask you, like, that is the question he's asked you. He turns and goes, your thoughts on just getting away?
I mean, not too worried about it.
No,
Baraka was made from demon semen, so
blood.
It was made from blood.
And so we killed the demon, and they can't make any more.
Right, but if they were dark enough souled to go along with such pact, they're going to do it again, and you've just let them wander the streets to put a new following or summon a new demon.
Well, I do believe.
Do you know that?
We do know that Delora is the one that found them in hard times. And used Varaka and her magics of charming in order to coerce these people to join her. In order to do her work. Not the other way around.
Let's hope that's true.
And if another cult such as the Violet Horde does come up, Violet Compound comes up, then Knight, thank you. Sorry, it's very similar to something else that I have memorized in life. Then I will fall for it as well. I will stake my own freedom and life into this decision.
So be it.
Fume's around somewhere, right?
Yeah, Fume is here with you.
Oh yeah. If Fume will be here to protect you. Or is he? Because he's not going to follow us, is he?
It's not a matter of protection.
It's a matter of letting potential risk walk streets.
I'm here to make people answer for their crimes. And right now, I have no one captured alive to answer. See? I am hoping I have a bunch of dead bodies. Probably rotting back at, this compound.
That you do.
And,
We didn't throw them all in the fire, if I remember correctly.
well, bones are hard to burn.
Lots of bees. Lots of bees.
Lots of bees.
Bees.
Yes.
Explain the bees.
So, Lady Delora was able to control some form of enchanted bee that were able to take a humanoid shape. Frankly, they were the most dangerous parts of this entire mission.
Well,
She was turning people
Ignacio
into bees.
nearly died repeatedly in a single day.
Ignacio just holds up their, like, permanent wound.
I was like, I have one of their masks, too, if I remember correctly.
Let me see.
I will willingly give it.
He looks it over. This is enchanted.
Yes.
Hands it back. Well, we'll have to take a look. Not going to lie, it is a shame that I have no one here to prosecute, but if Veraka is no more, then this is a win through and through. Thank you. You have done what I have asked, and some. Coming back, and although invoking a dragon to march off with an army of elementals is not necessarily the best, it has saved the day as well. So, we owe you more than a simple thanks. My payment to you all was a job for this, a job opportunity that you would be a fool to turn down. To be clear to you all, should you not wish to take it, a compensation is to be expected.
Can we hear about the job prior to our agreement?
Of course, it is a position, a permanent position amongst the enforcement ranks of the Red Empire.
And no money?
There is ample money involved in taking this job.
Bastion just nods his head knowingly.
This would be a point of position and power here within Rakesh. And we would also put you up in a very fine apartment in Zagara, where the position would be stationed. All fully paid in advance. Should you not wish the position, we would pay you what is. But I would like to press that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, as I have done a sort of growing organization that I would like to see come to tuition. Understand?
Oh,
Please,
Yes, sir.
you will know in full before you must make a decision. I am not here to trick you or deceive you. It is a group known as the Imperial Magical Investigation Corps. This is a branch that I would like to establish to handle all of Mirhan's sort of magical problems that should arise throughout the area. Let me explain. This cult, for instance, was a job
something like that.
given to me.
3 or 4 hours.
I was pressed to get rid of a potential magical incursion, which it does seem was the case. There are other jobs like this and other agents in my employment that handle sort of lesser to greater jobs depending on what the time needs, ranging from a sort of check-in visit on certain mages who have not filled out the proper paperwork in some time, or a planar intrusion that we have detected in a region south of here, for example.
What about if a wormling is going wild towards where Tibari is? Would that be under the ruling of your division?
I suppose, yeah, I mean, a wormling, like a draconic spawn, yes, that is a magical beast. That is something that we would need to detain. Yes, why? That is a very specific example.
I understand, but it is one of our needs of payment before we finish up and truly rest in the meantime.
Before
For
we
the
can
help,
accept the position, in a sense.
exactly. Before
Unless this can be our first mission with the position.
Make a persuasion check. I'll give you advantage since this is kind of like you and Bastion.
and like in the meantime, I'm also like marking out like where like the rot trolls were and things like that on this map of just being like, you need to make sure you don't walk through this area.
Ratros.
But over in this area is where the wormling is possibly to be, as I'm pointing on the other side of the map.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
advantage.
And we'd also need to go to Ben
Oh,
Hesir
fuck.
specifically.
You're not.
So
So
something-
it's just along the Tabar River, which is this entire river.
That's why I just said Tabari and like
Yeah.
kept it in. And
Yeah, just kind of there. It's somewhere in this ish area.
He goes. We do specialize in capturing magical beasts that could be a threat to the region, making sure they do not fester and harm civilian. Yes, that would be most appropriate. I suppose, yes. I was hoping to get you all in Zagara and established, maybe with a job that I could, how can I put this lightly, advertise well, as this is
Well-
a burgeoning operation. I have been trying to get a sort of financial backing from many wealthy individuals, and so I was hoping to get a job that paid well or brought new clients.
Are we killing?
Well,
Are we supposed to
cons-
kill the wormling?
no,
like
we're supposed to
dispatch it?
subdue it.
Subdue it. Okay.
And
That was not. That was out of character.
Yeah, out of
Okay.
character. We're supposed to subdue it and either I think it's like raise it until it's able to like be cognizant or bring it to someone who can raise it in a good light. Because right now it's terrorizing the farmland and like near the Tabar River. If I'm not misremembering.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, you're obviously supposed to
I'm on the side of raising it.
relocate it.
Yeah, relocate. But I think raising it would be so fucking cool.
Oh yeah. Well, it could be.
But just to be clear, he just said capture.
Yeah.
Yeah, capture.
But
Well,
back
this
in
could
character
be a
is
very lucrative
c-
job.
we could use this, as Oberon's saying, as a lucrative job, due to what we know is the Wyrmling is terrorizing some of the farmland near the Tabat River. If any merchants or anything in that area are being heavily affected, we could utilize that into a ploy for monetary gain.
Yes,
As
or
well as even using the dragon when it grows up.
that is what
About the
I'm thinking,
power.
Oberon. You, a circus man, must understand. If we bring this beast back caged, captured, this mighty monster, we can use it as a symbol of how effective we are. We could parade it through Zagara as our mighty captured beast. That is good.
Well,
Do
if it
keep
is,
in mind that that beast will be the offspring of the dragon who just rescued Egressa.
yes, I would not so much say capture as
Trying
much
to
as
tempt me to
be,
do it
Allyship is also good.
yeah, befriend the beast.
Raise it well and have it be another protector
But see, if
versus
you
something
raise
to
it,
gallivant about is the best option.
you raise it as your right hand man, and you start this whole like guild, you know.
I'm sorry, you expect
and
us
the dragon.
to raise a dragon not to bring ruin onto our empire? That's...
No, to bring ruin to other empires.
Or to use as a symbol of peace and
I'm
have
sorry,
it
Oberon,
follow
you
this.
were saying. We could. Are you familiar with the way of the Houses of the Burning Sands?
That was the Was that the? No, that was the way of the burning sands.
No. So the Houses of the Burning Sands. Go ahead and roll a history check.
All right. I don't.
While we are in slight pause, Hoffs is muted, but I'll read for him. How critical did the dragon say dealing with the Wyrmling was? Did they give a date timeline? And if there any precedent for training / raising dragons?
How to train your dragon.
Well,
Little
we
buddy.
will get there with
Okay.
this
Oh,
history check. If anybody else wants to roll a history check, Oberon did good actually. You have heard of the Houses of the Burning Sands actually. It is.
-1.
It is. If you look on the map, the Burning Sands are right here. They stretch all the way down to the coast, past these mountain ranges, all the way to the western coast of Rakesh. The Houses of the the Burning Sands are what is believed what protects them from the Red Empire, because it's just a vast, long desert. The Houses of the Burning Sands have done quite a unique thing themselves, as each of their cities is dedicated to a different they, as a culture, are houses which sprung up dedicated to various great beasts. And whole cities have been formed around these houses, which have rose to great power. One of these beasts, let me see, I'm trying to think which would be most likely.
The most common one.
Right?
Of all possibilities, it will be the most common that I've heard of passing through the streets.
The most awe-inspiring is what I'd imagine.
Most famous, whatever.
The one that gets talked about the most.
Yeah.
Uh,
Probably the most major city out there.
um, yeah, you would probably know that there is a city out there that is said to have there's one city out in the Houses of the Burning Sands that is believed to be protected by a bronze dragon, as well as another that is protected by a council giant atop a mountain.
I've heard whispers of them cities.
The
Possibly one that worships a dragon, another that worships a council of giants, or is run by a council of giants. I mean, you might create Egressa to have its own city like that.
well, we have recently taken one of the Burning Sand cities. You understand, as their city Okoyende has fallen some time ago, and their great Gyno Sphinx that once protected them are no more. It is mighty to have these great protectors, but they are symbols of hubris. There is nothing more mighty than the Red Empire. Anyway, I suppose I could approve of this capturing of the great beast. We would have to discuss what is done after, but as a sort of parade of triumphs through Zagara, I think that would be most appropriate if you all were to bring it back. Well, let's talk. What do you all need then? I would be happy to make that happen. I, of course, promising position, but gonna, of course, need funds for this journey then, if you set out. How long of a sort of period would you need? To answer your question, Hops, you were not given one by the dragon. You were expected to do this task.
I feel like also the dragon thing is dragons just don't register time in the same way. So
yeah, it's mostly just a matter of they're gonna be checking up. So let's, you know,
Probably.
if you wait long enough where they come knocking, you may have waited too long. If you have to wait, you know, if you waited long enough where they have to come knocking twice, definitely. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
I
a
think if
general.
we get a cart and some mares and travel on to Tabari, which is approximately how long since I've traveled from Tabari this way? I'm pretty sure.
With a cart and a small group, maybe a week, 2 tops.
So we travel to Tabari and start our investigation in that area and travel north along the river.
I can give you a full set, full caravan and team to drive. Do any of you know how to drive a team?
Cricket.
I
Okay.
do. I would be able to
Perfect.
pretty decently at least.
Perfect.
Old military training still coming in hand.
Well,
Best
come
I can
on.
do is keep you guys fed.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. If you are to take the position I'm offering you, which I have not heard those across your faces, you are employees of me, which means I have the gold to provide. And he holds up a gold pouch.
I would like my body
Oh.
back in its old working repair.
I think we said yes. I
I
said
need
yes.
to ask my mom.
That's the other thing.
right.
Child.
That actually, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You were just like one of the people at the circus and just kind of ran away from home, and you make your own decisions at this point.
Yeah, I kind of, I didn't know you actually knew your mother. I was gonna assume you
haven't
were
seen
one
my
of those.
mom for like 3 years.
I was
But-
under the assumption
so this was an
mother's,
attempt
their
at
parents were dead.
sarcasm.
I will ask her. No, it was
It
not
was an
sarcasm.
attempt.
Wait, I'm sorry.
As I just look at Mahmoud, like with the most puzzled look on my face, like what?
I'm gonna be honest. I thought you were an orphan. Is that on me? Was anybody else going under the assumption this was an orphan child?
Oberon raises his hand.
Okay.
Bastion just nods his head.
I mean, orphan child. All power to orphan childs. I was an orphan child one day.
Just confused looks all around the table.
That's Avery is just like really nonchalant about it. Like,
You know, we all have to start somewhere. But yeah. So where are your parents then? Egressa? Do I need to talk to them?
Ben Hasir.
He just like, you can see a frustrated look. I just
We're-
came from Seer.
I'm sorry.
And
I
how did you get all the way out
How
to
are
here
you?
then?
How are you? What?
kidnapping.
Wait, what?
You
You were
know,
kidnapped, and then we just went on an adventure, but you didn't notice you were kidnapped.
I'm
I
just gonna do it.
well, in my defense, most adults didn't care the first time I brought it up. So
Are you about to tell me
Yeah. fucking
How old are you?
you about to tell me you're an escapee, prisoner of war? What are you holding back from me?
My Wi-Fi just dropped out, so all I heard back was, "You're not gonna tell me," and then I heard prisoner.
Like he just says, are you going to tell me you're wanted or a prisoner of war?
No.
What is it?
Um,
What with it?
Royalty?
no, not
Gotta watch for some
not
reason.
royalty. It's been a while. I was just a regular civilian, and then my father. Okay, so
Backstory reveal.
I know, right? So my mother was the mistress of my father before he got married. And this woman offered to bring me to his house for his birthday. And we kept it a
Mahmoud's just
secret.
Getting overwhelmed already. He's like,
I know.
okay,
I'm like trying to boil this down as like to as simply as I understand it.
So your
And so I went to his
dad-
birthday, and then when I was supposed to travel back, I was dropped off at a church and was a slave for a couple of years until this very nice priestess helped unbind me, and then I snuck through the carriage that ended up at Masaf's Manor.
okay, wait. So you were a servant for the church, I'm assuming. Not
Yes, the Church of Zahara.
not sold from out of country, or
Correct.
interesting. Make a persuasion check.
I'm not lying.
No, I know.
That's why it's persuasion, not deception. But you're
But
also
But you could
talking
be
to someone
lying.
who is-
You could seem like you're lying.
That's fine.
That's Oberon's look, by the way. He's just like, what? Trying to
Persuasion.
follow along.
11 plus 5 is 16.
16. He goes, oh boy. Well,
House asks, can they Avery?
And Avery looks like frustrated too, because it's like, but like, if my father wanted to find me with his resources, he should have been able to.
But didn't you say building burned down anyway? So
not necessarily.
oh wait, no, that was the people that.
It is hard to find somebody lost in the Red Empire, as people who get lost are often not wanted to be found. This does not mean your father does not want you, but somebody may have seriously wronged you. What church did you serve for?
The Church of Zahara. Is it with it? It's with an X. So I'm really unsure about how to pronounce it, Chris.
Yep, you're right.
Zahara.
Is,
Okay.
yep.
The Church of Zahara.
Well, how did you get away?
I was snuck onto a carriage that had stuff that was being delivered to Egressa.
See. Well,
the goddess Sahara has a daughter, and I believe she led me to the carriage.
I see. I cannot say to know about this religious belief of yours and who guides you, but what I do know is you have been wrong. I will see to it that the parties that have wronged you will pay. But it will take time to investigate. You understand?
Of course.
I will have some soldiers head in that direction, but I think it best to avoid going home just yet. If you do, be very careful who is looking out for you.
Of course.
Money goes a long way in this country. A long.
In the meantime, I would say possibly a tentative yes, considering that we are also heading to Tawari anyways.
Yes. That is good then. I will get you guys a cart made post haste. A full team. If you need a second cart, say the word. There is another thing, Bastion. I have someone who came in late last night that just in time I wanted to meet with you. Wait here. I'll be just a moment.
Real quick, Hosta say can he make a religion check on what I know or heard of about Sahara?
For sure.
Jesus.
Dirty 20.
Yeah. So Zahara is a known as the Cunning Queen. A goddess of trickery, a goddess of thieves, and a goddess of magic. Often, you're aware outside of Rakesh seen as a lord of the Hells. Here in the Red Empire, a lot of people, there are well-known churches to Zahara that worship her as a symbol of intelligence and trickery, as sort of the also known as the Queen of the Deal. She is a seen as one of the reasons why the pantheon of Rakesh very much exists. One of the symbols that tricked some of the betrayer deities into becoming deities of Rakesh, sort of by leading humans back onto the continent. I need to make sure to have that.
Does TTS work in this Discord, by the way?
Yeah. I don't know.
Hold on, let me see.
Also, real quick, the cameras are misaligned since Hofstroid.
Oh, right, since Hofstroid. Thank you.
What's a no?
Also, I finally got that 19th subscriber.
I'll figure it out. Yeah.
I got the new subscriber badge. That's cool.
Ooh.
It's really pretty.
Very nice. Thank you, Ben. Or 19?
19 now. 18 was last game that I tuned in last week. And then it updated on, like, I think Sunday to the 18th or to the 19th month.
The support. Anyway, the camera should look a-okay now. Oh, I hear chimes. Where are they chiming from?
General, don't worry. No one asked why the child was stolen. I never brought it up.
Well, yeah, so you would know that. You would also know that the child of Zahara is Saket, who is an old god of secrets and curiosity. Sort of also a symbol of knowledge in the same way. More commonly accepted in the outside world as an old, whereas Zahara holds that sort of domain. Yeah. So as you all sort of have what am I blanking on? Matmud to yourselves. Or I'm sorry, a moment without Matmud. He is gone for a brief moment. What are you doing? Discussing anything amongst yourselves? You have...
I'll like look around, like, does anyone have any other questions about this kind of like deal?
That was a lot, A3. But I do trust that you can be more open with us in who you are and your circumstances are going forward. So don't feel that we won't listen to you like others have not in the past.
Are any of you racist?
No, but I have heard you ask about a specific race in general quite often.
Just, humans are interesting. Chris trying not to fucking smile. I'll like look at.
It's just you've taken what I've said in such like a.
I know. I took it to the extreme.
No, I mean, you're right. It is racism through and through. But yeah.
Bastion's look of like, I am a metal man.
He's like,
I have no
Uh,
race. I have no.
I have no
being.
race. I am machine.
Hoff's an educated college-going man like himself. You would know that. I assume Avery actually said that out loud, right? That's what you were saying. Yeah,
I did.
You would know that Avery's referring to the fact that she's an elf, and there are a good portion of people here in Rakesh who think elves betrayed them, as
Avery.
elves would not venture back onto Rakeshian soil, and for a long time still high elves will not step foot on Rakesh. You will never see a high elf in Rakesh.
Avery being
at
like
least
an elf
not
was, like, a
normally
weird
a
secret.
traditional high elf. Sorry, what's that?
Avery being an elf too was like a weird secret because like I haven't ever like posted it, but we did talk about like what Avery wears one time, and it's like they very obviously have this barrette that like and like hair down a certain way so the ears are covered.
Not everybody is. Oh no, not everybody is racist against elves. It is. It is. There is a more present, like divide, between like, some of the like Western cities, mainly because of like the mountain range of Usara. Like Zagara has a very different relationship with like the wood elves over there. It's just there are very little elves in Rakesh. And if they are in Usara, or are prisoners of war with one of the neighboring lands.
That question makes sense now.
Yeah, you very much can be a like elf living in Rakesh. You just rarely are
common.
because the belief of elves is that this is the cursed land. Usaran elves are the exception, and there are many elves that live throughout. But there's like it's just a different life, you know. Not many people migrate to a land that is not pleasant toward them. But yeah, there's a general like they're not welcome in any church here in Rakesh or in the Red Empire. So that's also a huge part of it. They can serve in a church, but they're not welcome to partake because elves did not. Elves forsook. Yeah.
Forsaken?
Forsaken? For the elves believed their gods betrayer gods, so and none of the religion like accepts elves as openly. I mean, there's obviously exceptions. How experienced you are with the world, Hobbs, and you probably have seen a few wealthy elves, you know, move throughout, and there are many wealthy elves that live in Rakesh, as it is the wealthiest country in the world.
We love a tax break.
The moment you know of quiet as Mahmoud is gone is, you know, lifted in a second as coming back he enters the room moments after sweeping in a small feathered humanoid moments before he like moves aside the flap, he ushers in this lightly armored Aarakocra of minute proportions compared to Mahmoud, this large bulky soldier figure next to a rather minute owlkin. Would you like to owlin? But would you like to describe your character, Mike?
Yeah. So you see a kind of a like brownish red feather coat almost And his face is more like a light tan with nice like brown eyes. He's got leather armor on, specifically studded leather. He's got a short bow across his back, a mace on his side, a small hammer, and a bunch of tools on his other side. And he also has a larger kind of like mechanical owl right next to him as well.
An owl with a mechanical owl.
That's pretty great.
Ah.
That sounds really
Is
cute.
that an Inception?
What's
He has
that?
a friend.
Yeah.
Is that
no.
all I came back to was an owl perched on a mechanical owl.
Oh, he's not perched on him. He's just standing next to him.
Yeah, you watch as Matmood returns, sweeping these two owl-shaped individuals into the room before entering himself. He goes, good, Grin. This is Bastion, as I was telling you. I'm sure you could notice that when you entered. He is the relic. Not once we're done with you, let's just say. I was going over some paperwork that we had within Egressa here, and I uncovered a little note about a arm we came into some time ago. I have it being shipped here any day now, and it is for Grin here to install upon you. He is quite adept at that sort of craftsmanship, as you can see by his little what do you call this thing?
Oh, this is my steel defender.
Right, is Steel Defender. This I'm hoping will be able to take detailed records of you for our sort of record keeping purposes, and well, install any sort of upgrades that we come into contact with. I have uncovered one that I think you'll be quite happy with. No?
It's a lot to process, so that my body may become whole again. Nice meeting you, Gren.
Yeah, you're all pretty tall.
Well, this
Except
sounds
for
like-
this one, and I like put my hand on on Avery's shoulder, who is like at waist height.
I'm 5 foot.
You're still pretty tall.
He's not 5 foot.
Well, this sounds like it could be a hoot in our sparring matches.
Let's
By
go
the
from
by the way,
Queens
Grin is
later.
3'4".
You're 3'4"?
Yes.
Oh my god, you
Oh,
are shorter than me. Hold
you are-
on.
You are under half my size. How much do you weigh?
30. I think it's 36 pounds.
You're a foot and a half. Oh my god, small boy squad is showing up.
30 pounds? You're not
He's
even
a
a
bird.
tenth. Oh my god, you're not even a tenth of my weight.
He's a hollow-boned animal.
I can throw you so far.
Let's
Can you
not
fly?
throw.
Yeah, I can fly.
I'm not gonna throw him. I'm just saying we could.
That's pretty cool.
He can do a
Unfortunately,
lot of
Beaks here
acrobatics.
can't, but it is what it is.
Wait, so your mechanical owl, your Steel Defender, cannot fly, but it is an owl?
Correct.
That's confusing.
Do you ride your owl?
Do I ride my owl? Why would I ride my owl?
Do you pick it up and like fly it, please? How do you get it? Does it walk? They walked in.
Yeah, he walks.
Has normal moving speed.
Yes, it does seem to walk. I don't know how it does that. How does it walk?
Well, he has 2 legs, right
Oh.
there.
Right. Never
Bastion,
mind.
you just hear like this like metal keening as like the chuckle of just the smart ass attitude comes out.
Well, that's pretty clever.
Well, my intention here is to maybe document properly what we know about you, your make and model, if you will, and sort of store it in the records for years to come. Sort of a lost piece of art you really are. I mean that in a compliment.
If you need records of my creation, and if you even have them, I would love to see them. The name that they might be under who created me was Dr. Chisisi from quite a long time ago. Because I remember, if I remember correctly, when we first talked about myself, you did say that was probably one of the first forms of what y'all call now the Hound Killers.
Yes, one of the earlier iterations, I'd imagine.
So, if you're able to look up any information on that name, I would be greatly appreciative if you could pass it my way as well.
I will run it up the flagpole, as the expression goes. See what comes back.
Okay. Well, again, Gren, it is nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Grin here is a member of my organization. The IMIC, Mihan's branch, of course. He has spent some time within our ranks, and he has been eager to get this position in Zagara. It is quite an opportunity. You all must understand that city. It will really open you all up to new avenues in the future, if you catch my drift.
Put my hand out to shake his hand.
He shakes it. Well,
No, Grin.
Oh,
Grin,
yeah.
Grin, I'm sorry.
Grin. Does he shake my hand?
Beaks shakes your hand, and then I shake your hand.
When you shake my hand, I want to grip it and see if I can just like pick you up and like comically shake you.
It's so
Wow,
weird.
you're so light. So small.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Owlins would be really
34 pounds.
Yeah, 34 pounds to my like 7 foot. At 7'2", 420 pounds.
Go ahead and just make a strength check. Not you.
Kind of like
Oberon.
jokingly.
Not you.
Testing his strength.
Yeah.
God
I know.
What?
Nothing. Have fun.
I'm making the strength check?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Grin, strength check, please. Because this is easy for Oberon. He doesn't even need a strength check.
Ooh.
Grin keeps like a stiff arm the entire time, and you literally do shake him like kind of like stiffly shoulder. You can see his like legs flailing back and forth as you like lift him up and shake him around.
Very good grip strength. I like that.
What do you do, Grin? Do you hold on? Or just let it happen.
I hold on, and as he says, really good grip strength. I'm like, well, yeah, I have to have good grip strength. I'm a crafter. I can't be just dropping my tools.
Impressive.
Okay.
Obviously, putting him down after.
Okay, don't break the man. We
obviously I can't.
Good. We need good, durable side of yourself if you're going to be going on this task with them. I want him
patching you up on the road with this incoming piece, as it will prove quite useful for you in the events to come, I'm sure. So Grin here will be accompanying you ahead, but what is it I can provide you on your journey?
I would say
Better
armaments would be
armor?
nice.
Yeah.
Weapons, armor, magical in nature if you have it, or able to procure it.
I do know of a blacksmith in town. You have been traveling with his apprentice. What is it you all are looking for?
I would like a new halberd, one that can possibly hit it a bit harder and a bit sharper. Just so that way I can help out with keeping people at bay, as well as more armor to make sure that I don't get as dented as quickly. And I'll just reference all the spots where Tassar has dented the armor from repeated bashing in the last fight.
There is not much time to acquire these goods. Commissions is what may be what you're asking for. In that case, we are out of luck. But if there is a sort of magical
Do you have an enchanter?
polearm, we back in Zagara, there are enchanters galore. Here in Egressa, there is a single smith who has a very good shop, but limited supplies. There is only what he has. If he has a magical polearm, I will happily acquire it for you before this journey. It is at his discretion, is what I must provide. So, he only may have a weapon, or he may have some nice armor. It depends on what you need. What about yourself, Avery? I cannot send a child into battle unarmed. I should not be sending a child into battle. I did it when I was a child. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean,
I'll take out my mace.
Bad. You'll probably be fine.
It's fine. I'll take out my mace and I'm like, this isn't the best weapon for me. If there's something lighter you would recommend.
Lighter, he goes.
I have this knife, but like
a short sword or a.
I'm not that strong. This is sort of unwieldy for me to use.
Like a dagger? I could get you a nice
quick.
dagger.
I have a dagger. Is there a smaller sword than a short sword?
A dagger. You're describing a dagger.
I have daggers.
And
he got excited, but then he toned it down. It's I found this cool dagger. Watch this, and I'll throw the dagger of returning away from me at the floor, and then it'll magically return to its sheath. And I'm like, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. Yes. So you don't need a dagger then.
No, I have dagger.
How about a rapier, and I can train them in using it? It's
What's
light,
that?
so it's not going to be too unwieldy.
Of course, there is plenty of rapiers I'm sure I can find around the city, the town. And what about you, Oberon?
Yes, thanks, Bastion. Before you
I got nothing.
Oh, wait. I'm sure I can get you something you need to keep you safe on this journey, no?
I honestly can't think of anything.
Oberon
That's why I was
fights
like,
with his hands.
if you had an enchanter to enchant the bracers I have for +1, that would be the only thing I can think of.
If you already have a magical item, it may be too difficult to adapt. It may be best to see if there is something I could provide you, but there are not many folk who fight with their fists. Not when a blade is handy. You're an odd one. Well,
As I like show my fingers are blades.
that's
As
terrifying.
I like withdraw it exactly. I like put them away.
Well, there is a contact in Zagara who I could direct you toward. He did have a magical set of claws as well, a sort of item. When we are in Zagara, remind me to point you in his direction. You ask something?
No. I was just rambling for a second. Thinking that it might be easier if Oberon wanted to increase the effectiveness of his natural weaponry. He could get something like a cap that goes over that's bladed to further help with cutting cleaner versus tearing. But that was just a thought of a simple thing that might be able to work.
Again, we do not have time to commission anything, but if there's something I can do for you on your return journey, I will do so. But for the time being, what can Egressa provide?
Money?
Money it is.
Maybe a nice set of robes.
Maybe we'll find something while we're en route that will be more
A nice set
helpful.
of robes. I will make you.
Mine are looking fairly dirty at the moment.
I will stock your caravans with the appropriate clothing that you would need for various endeavors, both work clothes as well as fine clothes. I expect you all to be on the best behavior, and I will write up seals of official note for each of you.
So we're now officially, well, quote unquote, a part of the Imperial Magical Investigation Corps.
I mean, a couple of potions would always be nice too, if you have some lying around.
I will see it done.
As well as any survival gear such as ropes, tack, anything of the sort.
Thieves' tools?
Why do you need thieves' tools?
Sometimes you need to open things.
I have all the tools. I pull out a screwdriver and I focus on it for 6 seconds, and it just turns into a lockpick. I'm like, is this what you want?
Yes,
Wow,
actually,
really
it's
handy.
perfect.
Cool. It's back to a screwdriver now.
Okay.
I would not know where to find you tools for a thief anyway. I'm a man of the law. Anyway, you all
Maybe some maps would be good too.
Some maps. Yes, I will make sure you have a map. Does any of you know how to navigate via map and compass? Any sort of experience with navigation tools?
A map, but I'm not really good with it.
I can be proficient with it for a short time.
That sounds probably fine, right? You'll be fine. Just stay on the road. You're going to a well-known region.
Okay.
Oh, any components that our magical friends may need to be restocked?
Those.
Or
I will provide you each with gold. How's that sound?
that
Sounds good.
I think an appropriate 500 gold pieces each of you.
Sounds good.
Any objections? No.
Nope.
That should provide you enough to pick up your any of your tack or grappling hooks or whatever sort of tools you may need. Or not need. And then he looks at Grin. But this way I am not responsible for everything. I will provide you fully stocked caravans, which will carry you down the Sacred Highway. So be it. I will expect you back by the end of this month.
We will
If
send
not,
word
send
as
word.
possible.
Perfect.
I can do that now.
You can also
Hopefully.
send a bird. That's fine. If you just need to prepare enough time for the bird to get here. Pre-planning is always a good thing to practice.
Are you going to be here in Egressa, or are you going to be in Zagara?
By the end of this month, oh, that is a good question. I will probably still be here in Egressa. This town is going to need some rebuilding, and with the recent mage vacating the area, well, it's going to take longer than intended.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Hoff's bird could find you through magical means, no matter where you are.
Yes, we also have a very educated system of magical message sending. As some of you will know if you've ever been in Egressa, messenger imps are a thing. Or not in Egressa, in the Red Empire in general, messenger imps are very much a thing.
Messenger imps.
There's a cost, but you guys just came into 500 gold. That's within your budget. Very all of a
500
sudden.
gold a person. Let's go.
Also, the fact that I think both Oberon and I have 5-pound blocks of
We
gold.
have.
You guys
well,
still have?
Go to loot
yeah,
and lore.
the gold too.
Go to.
I
loot and lore.
remember.
I should sell my stuff.
I don't have anything I need to sell.
If you look at loot and lore, we have a party list of stuff.
Also, hi, I can speak now.
Hello,
Welcome.
Hello.
You like the lore drops?
I'm gonna be honest. I had to step away for a solid 20 minutes to deal with stuff, but I appreciated the lore drops I was present for.
Yeah, I think I just need to delete the 6 gold bars. I think we each have 6 gold bars. Everything else was split up, and that's what's left in the party chests.
All I know is I have what I wrote down on my stuff, so I was like, okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
no, I'm just gonna.
can I just sell my gold bars here? Is that a thing I can do and just write down the gold value of them?
I don't know if Egressa has money at the moment.
Egressa is not very stacked for money at the moment, is the problem. If you would like to hand your gold to Matmud for him to sell for you, he can provide you the money when you return.
Except I don't need the money now. I just don't want to have to worry about 2 gold bars on my person.
100%, yes. You can even mark this much gold next time I return to Matmud.
Absolutely, I'll put it on my character sheet.
So it
would be 500 given back.
Yeah, 5-pound gold bar and
You'll hand it to Mott.
per pound. So
yeah, anybody else can do that as well if they want. Matmud will be like, and where exactly did you get all this gold?
Traps.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
they tried to drop it on our head.
Yeah, they had a big bucket of
molten gold.
And thanks to magic, we kind of propped it up, and then we came back later and decided to turn it into gold bars because we had a little time to spare and there was nobody left to kill us. So we did that and got some extra gold.
He goes, you realize this is all the gold that their cult must have had on their people. Maybe mixed in with what they had hoarded, and well, I guess it's profitable to go around killing people in the desert, huh?
Sometimes I guess it just worked out
Like
like
that.
that.
Burn a
a
man
very
alive.
popular illicit drug.
I am keeping my 6 gold bars for the moment. Just
Oh, okay.
FYI.
Okay, yeah.
He-
Okay.
I'm
like
not-
Bastion does not lead on
so
that he has more gold
I don't
on.
want him to think like it's a whole bunch. You know.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And
That
I'll just sell him on
his
my
expression very much is different than, but yeah.
Oh, I have one more question. Format mood, or
Yeah.
based on my knowledge, do I know places where I can find resources to learn about dragons, especially bronze dragons? Like, I don't need to know now. I just need a place where I can access that knowledge.
Matmud will be Rashafi. But his tower seems up and vacated the area. It seems they took it down brick by brick, or he did. Probably magic bullshit.
Oh, exactly, magic bullshit. 100% magic bullshit.
Well, have you
Well,
looked into where it has gone by chance, Hoffs? Any clue?
I mean, the tower, I'm gonna be I figured I had more pressing matters during the immediate aftermath of the attack, so I haven't had a lot of time to look into exactly what happened. I
Oh.
can go check. I mean, out of context, do I know if there would be any kind of something left behind that would give an indication, or is it really just like it would kind of be gone and that's it?
You don't. I mean, maybe if he intentionally did.
All right, fine.
Uh,
We'll go.
Matmud just goes, if you're not aware, you are like second reigning wizard within Egressa right now. So, welcome to the top.
Oh, fun. A bunch of unasked for responsibility. What could be better? All right. All right. Well, time to go look and see. Before we leave, that's about all I can do.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna go investigate.
So that's where you. That's
You're
where you
gonna
go off
now?
Yeah.
I will
to.
accompany you.
Okay.
All right.
Matmud says, then let me know. I will let you know when the carts are ready. It should not take more than a day's time. I have connections here. You let me know when you wish to set out.
Will do.
Will do.
Yeah.
About that arm, about how long until it does get to us?
I
Well-
cannot say. Hopefully by tomorrow's time. It is past due.
Understood.
I am this close to sending Grin here to go check on it.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you need help with around camp or Egressa that I may be able to help you with?
Everybody's house has burnt down, so if you could build everybody a house, that'd be great. No, there's just a general rebuilding effort going around town. You'll find plenty of people who need aid.
Who's got shape stone?
Fume.
Yes,
course.
Fume is already full at work. He is leading the effort, and if you do need to find some work to do, speak to him. Fume just goes, plenty of work for me to put you to if you need it.
Well, just figured killing time and helping out people is the best option. While I help you, if you wouldn't mind actually telling me more about the Draconic faiths a bit, it did seem interesting from how it was being described by the elves earlier.
Well, it's really simple, and he'll start to explain the story of Aora and their freedom from one of the creator races.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing for the rest of the day, is just going through that.
Okay.
I will go with Hoffs to do his investigating, then I'll eventually make my way to like help heal people. But
You got it.
This first.
Yeah, I mean, he just tells you the story of the dragons and their fight for freedom, which is like one of the first wars of like time itself, as they were created as mounts for an ancient race. They were supposed to be like subservient beasts, but with the power, like with immense power at their fingertips, they were also the downfall of that creator race, led by their who would later be immortalized as their deities. The dragons led a uprising along with the dwarves, gnomes, and giants to overthrow their oppressors and
Patch of stone and sky.
free their
According to
name.
your timeline.
Correct.
The,
Well, that is after they freed themselves. There was a struggle for power as the magics of creation were up for grabs. The dragons, the chromatic dragons particularly, held them for themselves and would eventually share them with the giants, creating their divine pantheon as well. The first draconic god that comes to mind is, of course, the golden scale Dendraka, as he's known, is believed is dead. He sacrificed himself for the freedom of the dwarves, giants, and people, and Aora is the one who is said to have led the people to freedom, while Dendraka sacrificed himself. And thus and from there the pantheon of dragons was born. Seraph rising up and taking like the order, the position of lawkeeper, as Barandar rose to be the king of dragons. But he is quite busy and can only talk for so long. While that's going on, you guys spend the day working, but checking out the tower. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, Hoffs, with advantage,
Sure.
since Avery is
Advantage.
going with you.
Nice. All right. For whatever it's worth, I'm also going to cast detect magic, just so if there is magical stuff, I can see it. And yeah, investigation with advantage.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Eyeglass, that's what it's called.
You do not see anything with detect magic. As you like peruse the area, though, you turn over a couple of rocks and you see inscribed on, like, you're perusing the area, it's a completely blank bottom of like a tower, and there's some crumbled rocks on one side. You push one over to see underneath it. As you flip them, nothing's beneath. You flip one more. Inscribed on one side of a small rock that you pick up in your hands. You look closer. Yeah, it looks like, you know, a crumbled piece of brick from the nearby tower. You know, a remnants of Rashafi's wizard tower, now like left to rubble, and inscribed in a different language. Inscribed, in fact, in Dwarvish, is your name, and it just says Hoffs. This is not a rock in Dwarvish.
I like it.
God damn it. This is not a... Okay. Love to see it. Okay, it's not a rock. It's not obviously magical.
It as you like rub your hands over it, it does feel strange and oddly smooth. There's like jagged edges to it, but like the texture of it is strangely smooth, meant to feel jagged and kind of sharp.
That's so weird. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously, my first reaction is, have I seen or heard of anything like this before?
No. This is
Yeah,
just like
I
some.
kinda figured
This is like some fake rock, made out of some like strange fragile material.
Cool. Dwarvish. I mean, did Rashafi and I ever interact in any way with Dwarvish?
No.
Yeah, I kind of figured. All right. God damn it. Okay. And it's just, this is not a rock on a rock
Not a
in
rock.
Dwarvish. Because why would it be? All right. Well, I'm gonna look around. Are there any other rocks like this?
There's a lot of rocks like this, but just in look, they're
But
actual
those are
rocks.
but those are
This
rocks.
is the only one that feels like of a different material.
And it's not obviously magical from detect magic. It just feels and looks different.
Make a perception check.
All right, yeah, fine. We'll do that. Can I? Oh, because I have it. Can I guidance myself?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Dual guidance? Double guidance?
No.
I can wish.
Perception, situational bonus, 1d4. Oh, okay, 28, not 20.
You can see like a very faint magical glow coming from within. It is the color of crap.
It's color of poop.
Yeah, it's the color of crap. No, it is it's the color of evocation with it.
Of evocation. Alright. What stuff is an evocation besides fireball? Healing is evocation. I doubt it's that. Oh, what's
But it's not the rock that's glowing, it's something within.
It's something inside it. Yeah. I figure. Given that it's evocation before I decide to smash the rock open and it's like delayed blast fireball, I want to see what could be in there. And that means, okay, teleportation is like conjuration stuff. All right. Okay, Avery.
Yes.
Off to another continent.
There's, yeah, I need a second opinion on this. There's something inside this that has evocation magic attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
And on this rock in Dwarvish says Hops, this is not a rock. Should I just break this and find out what it is?
Or a concept we cast Identify.
That's like smart. I kind of wish I remembered I had that. I have so many spells, dude. I kind of forget them half the time. Did I even prepare Identify?
You could dare
Oh,
Identify.
Well, it's a
Hops.
ritual,
I'm
so
magic! I forgot!
Yeah, no, look.
What's this
there's
thing
like-
do? I'm gonna break it. Cast says the caster not built for combat.
Yeah, fine. We'll identify it. I can ritual cast it, so the fact that I don't have it prepared is irrelevant. Which
Honestly,
is
same.
nice. This is why we like a lot of ritual spells. All right. I'll take the time to identify it. If that comes up unhelpful, I will just break it.
That's a choice.
Well, this let me see what the you You would know. No, it would tell you actually. Okay, that's cool. No,
Got him.
it actually would. I was worried it wouldn't. I'm like, oh, he's using a spell and everything. No, you would tell this is not magical in any form. But it was created with magic. It is just some strange, let me see what it would tell you exactly. Brief moment.
For sure.
Yeah, let's see. What would it tell you exactly? Identify.
I learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement, charges, if any, and I learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. If the item was created by a spell, I learn which spell created it. That's all from the text that's showing up on my character.
Yeah, so you would know that the Jesus, ow, hurts. Like burning myself with my heater that's running. I should turn it off.
Oh.
It was made with the spell Fabricate.
Created with magic. Okay.
Or yeah.
Okay. Created with the spell Fabricate.
It wouldn't tell you what it is, if I'm not mistaken.
We could just dispel the Fabricate on it, couldn't we?
That is a much stronger spell than I can deal with. I don't even have Dispel Magic.
I have Dispel Magic.
You have Dispel Magic? I mean, we could.
I technically have it prepared.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna try to.
I mean, if you want to keep the mystery for longer, feel free.
Yeah. All right. I'm just worried about breaking it if I like absolutely smash it open.
I don't think that's the play.
I think it's just a.
What if? I don't think you should break it.
I'm off shopping.
All right. Fine. I'm just. Why don't you think I should? Because, like, from my point of view, there's just something inside of this. Like, it's specifically telling me this is not a rock. It says nothing else besides that, and there's something inside of it that's magical.
What does the spell Fabricate do in its entirety? Do you know?
It puts, like, if you have a material, you can change it into something else of the same material. So, like,
so it's a mineral because this is a rock.
Yeah.
It creates more of the same material.
So there's another that encapsulate the material?
What do you?
I mean, if we could just dispel whatever it is, you'll get to the middle of it. Anyway, and we're not doing anything super pressing today that requires a lot of magic, I presume. Until I'm proven wrong.
How many dispels does it take to get to the center of the rock?
Let's find out.
All right.
I'm sorry, I gotta
1,
practice.
2.
And that's all my spell slots. Only 2.
All right.
I gotta
if you think
so, you
that's
cast
better.
what on it?
Dispel magic.
Okay. I believe you have to roll.
Yep. You do.
Yep.
Fabricate's a 4th level spell.
This thing. Okay. I have to roll.
Yep.
Plus my. Do I get plus my wisdom at least?
You need a DC 14. Yeah, it's yeah, I mean it's a spellcasting check. Let me see. Make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's use this die. I got a 16 plus 4, dirty 20.
Okay. You guys watch as the stone in his hand begins to like become porous and crumble and compact down to one side, and as the stone becomes denser on one end, it like bits crumble away, and like tucked into a rock, like a small boulder now, actually made out of stone. As the fabricate spell wears off, you can see a circular, like bluish gray stone carved with runes and arcane for sure. As your dispel magic is glowing evocation. Make an Arcana check, Hoffs.
All right. That.
I help.
Okay,
Thanks,
with advantage.
Avery. Sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Good stuff. You have proficiency? I just want to check. to
No,
make
I'm just
sure,
giving you
like-
the help action.
Oh no, you need proficiency to give the help action.
Yeah,
I
you
will
need
be
proficiency.
proficient for 10
This
minutes.
is your first game. Oh, okay, sure.
All right, okay, so I get advantage.
Yes. I want to
Okay.
know what it is too.
It's ascending stone.
21. Oh, it's sending
Oh.
stone. Would you
Oh.
look at that? Okay. Do sending stones have they have a specific target, right? Like a
They have a
stone
twin,
that
don't
They have a
They're
they have a second
connected.
half.
Okay, great. Well, I see no reason why we don't activate it now.
Okay, go for it.
Where is this going on?
As ring.
The ruins
Just
of
in
the
the
West
middle
Tower.
of like where
Ruins of Egressa?
in the tower
Yeah, by
specifically,
Rishafi's
Tower,
tower, which is
which is
Where
missing,
another
and it's
item
just a
would be
floor where a
found.
tower would be.
Dang it.
yep.
At 4, marker 4.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
Yep.
I'm not there, but
Around it's burnt.
But yeah, you have the sending stone in hand. What are you doing?
I activate it. I don't see why.
Okay, what do you say? What do you
Oh,
send?
what do I say? I need to say something.
Yes, yeah, you need to send a 25-word message.
Or
Hey,
less.
found
Is
your
there
knot
a-
rock.
Is there a limit on how many
25
times
words.
it can
Yep.
be, no, on how many times it can be used per day?
The sending stone? Yes, there
Isn't it like one? It's
Yes.
once a day, if I remember correctly.
Yes. Once the sending stone, once sending is cast through the stones, they can't be used again until the next dawn.
All right.
I mean, it's the start of the day if you wanted to wait to message, but I don't see why not.
We'll wait a little bit. I'll compose a message in my head, and then we'll come back to it.
it's
But
going to be
the-
your sending stone pen pal.
I know.
That's
What
cool.
could be better?
The
You
great
so who
Rishafi.
did.
The Great Rishafi. What could be a better pen pal? Voice pal. I
Voice
guess
pal.
it's not
Sending pal.
The shortest
Sending-
pen pal ever.
Yeah.
25 words.
Word
Skip
there.
the highs, hellos. You know who this is.
You know who it is.
It's your boy Hoffs.
Use so many of your words just there.
No shit. Fuck.
Why use
Ah.
that word when little word work?
Yeah,
Little word
honestly,
Or use super big word to supplement little words.
Kevin have so much time to see world now. Turns out he was right all along.
Let's create a language that can shove as much meaning as possible into single words.
We just essentially
Right.
create a pigeon cipher for sending.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that'd be pretty cool.
Mic on.
If
Do
any,
That's awesome.
abbreviations count as one word.
So what
FYI is one word.
But you're going to learn like Mandarin and use symbols in places of words in the sending stone.
Those are technically words. They're just different characters.
Yep.
Or you just do
that
words
is
for
how-
symbols.
What you do is you learn.
How do you-
What's it called? Not Gaster. Fuck.
I don't care.
What?
Wingdings.
What do you guys do? Wingdings? I don't think that's what you meant.
you
Hieroglyphic.
you go in. Here's what you do. You learn Animal Crossing. It's one sentence. You don't even know.
Charlie
That
Brown.
Very
seemed
nice.
like a lot of.
It's a lot of words. in that.
That's a different language, Chris.
Yeah.
That's adultish.
Adult trombone-ish.
Anyway, what are you guys
Mic
doing?
off.
Just
Um,
make it one long.
Okay. What are
Are-
we doing?
Once we're done with this, I presume you're going to walk off and like think of things.
I mean, I will think of things.
Cool. I will walk the opposite direction because I have to eventually go over here if people are injured. And I will use my second spell slot that I just got and send a message to my mother.
Okay.
So I'll cast sending and I'll say, "Hi Mom, it's Avery. I'm sorry for not messaging you sooner. Just wanted you to know I'm safe. Love and miss you. 25-word reply, please." I word counted it. Unless you're counting the number 25 as 2 words.
What in the hells? Where are you? I thought you were dead. Why don't you come home?
And I'm out of sending for the day, so Mom's just gonna have to wait on that.
You didn't think about that one, did you?
No, I was like, I'll cast Dispel Magic.
And then
just
immediately
gonna-
starts a conversation.
I
I'm just
immediately
gonna-
was like, I'm safe. I love and miss you.
I'm just gonna roll a sanity check here, real.
Love you, Mom.
Free gets
Bringing you
Call
nice
of Cthulhu
things.
rolls into the
I
D&D
got-
game.
Hi, Mom. I told Mom I'm safe.
There's a
I'm
shattered
sorry.
dish that hit the ground somewhere.
Oh, shit.
You hear it through the sending.
I don't know. Wait,
That was the
We're
end
pretty-
of the sentence.
Mom's fine. One dish isn't gonna kill her.
Mom's doing fine.
How are the
She
twins?
used to do that all the time.
I'm sure she's been great since her son died.
Eldest son.
She's
How
totally
are the-
not having a mental break right now.
Mom's got other kids. It's fine.
On this note, I have to step away for just a moment. And
Chris
Chris,
is right,
have
Josh.
you checked your DMs from Soggy?
I
'Cause
have.
They did ask me to remind you. Okay.
I see them.
I did my thing. I will be back momentarily.
I told my mom I loved her, I missed her, and I'm sorry. I read her message, and I read a message. Isn't this a nice surprise? Happy Mother's Day. Thanksgiving. Thankful my son's still
Oh
Whoops.
god.
I mean, if Hops had Dispel Magic, you wouldn't have this problem, whatever.
I literally
know, I
can't
know.
have it. I am
I'm
physically
Wait, are you
incapable of having
serious?
that spell. Yeah,
Oh, wait, you're not a wizard. I forgot.
I'm not a wizard.
Ah, you fucking faker.
I have 2 wizard levels. Just everybody thinks I'm a wizard. I'm
Yeah,
really
because you're
good at
built
faking.
like one.
Exact. I mean, I'm also built like a Pact of the Tome Warlock. The build isn't that different.
Is this true? This
All
is
right,
true.
I have a sending. It's very short. To Rishafi. Does the sending go in like my voice? Or is it do I need to like explain who I am?
It does sound like your voice, yes.
It sounds like my voice. All right. I've got like 10 words to spare. I just am not exactly sure what to do with them. But my message is you found your knot rock. Hope you're doing all right. Where is your tower? Any information on dragons, especially bronze? Thanks, 4 stone.
We'll reply tomorrow.
Yeah.
I saved words for saying only this many.
You get a response pretty quickly. Also, you have me
What do I have?
boy, now I am second guessing something. 1 second.
Oh, nice. 22 words. Good stuff. There is text.
25-word reply.
I put aside 4 words for that shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a copper dragon.
Is is it copper?
Yeah.
Oh,
The one
I'm
you told
sorry.
us was
can
copper.
Can I correct that?
Yes.
Because that's like a.
We were talking
human
about a bronze
part.
dragon earlier, which I think is
This
what
is
brought
a
in the
common
confusion.
mistake.
Mhm. I always mix up the metallic ones. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, honestly,
honest.
copper,
Yeah.
bronze, and brass is like my nightmare. That's why
I
I
was
needed
like,
to double
you're
check
like, what the
something real
fuck?
quickly.
You're all the
Um,
same flavor, just with different names.
I go
Um,
ding 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 when you hit him.
But yeah, as you say that, Rashafi's voice rings clear in your ear, going,
Oh, copper dragons I'm not too familiar with, but the great Rashafi knows much.
hello. And when I say it rings in your ear, you jump suddenly as his voice comes suddenly warm over your shoulder as you suddenly turn around and see Rashafi standing there, big belly and all, sticking out of his like coat, a shirt open wide down like his chest, big beard out front, as he goes,
Hello, Halves. It has been too long. How was your journey into the desert?
I came out alive, which is honestly a little bit better than I expected to halfway through just walking through the desert.
He looks you up and down.
Well, you're in one piece. That's more than I can say about the town around here. Oh boy. Quite a mess that arose while you were away. Quite a pickle. But
Typical.
seems it sorted itself out.
Well, we helped sort it out, you see, and that's part of why I ask about the dragons.
Yes. So let me guess. You've invoked some sort of deal with a copper dragon in exchange for saving the town.
Yeah.
Ah,
Bingo.
just like I thought you would. Well, now let me assume you have to fulfill some sort of favor for them in exchange for the favor they have done for you.
Bingo again. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. What are the chances? Well, that's quite a pickle. As you yourself is in. Copper dragons, what I do know about them is, they don't like when you double cross them, so, don't do that.
Good stuff. I kind of figured that goes for any dragon.
Yeah, no, that's actually
Is that-
universal
yeah,
across
yeah.
all of them. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Unless you do a double cross that's so impressive that, they're stunned. Depending on the
Well, I think they'll simply be impressed before killing me.
It depends on the dragon, honestly.
All right.
Not worth trying in case you're wrong, though. In case you get the wrong dragon. It happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are things? Besides, the, burning
Dragon.
and all that.
Burning the
Yeah.
Well, we set out. We completed what we set out to do with. Does he know exactly what we actually Mahmoud asked us to do? Was he ever informed? Is it also
no.
a fair assumption to say that he's figured it out?
That's up to you.
That's up to me. All right.
But Mahmoud and him don't like each other.
Yeah. Right. Understandable. Well, yeah. I'll just say that, we completed what we set out to do in the desert, though it certainly had its ups and downs. Mahmoud was happy with the work we did. So,
Oh,
that's about, given that he's the one who paid me, that's about all I can ask for, really.
well, so you've completed the task. Come on, speak to me inside. Tell me about everything you experienced.
Inside.
Right. Tower. 1 second.
And he just begins casting
he takes like a brief moment, but you watch as he begins to wave his hand in the air, and a sort of wave of like spiritual energy starts to move forth through his hand as it like expands upward and outward, spanning up like where the tower once was. You watch as on one side the like few remaining bricks begin to like stack endlessly on top of one another as it starts to like span outward and starts to fill in throughout, as he begins to wave and chant. It takes a few moments, but you watch as like a single bead of sweat runs down his face. It goes, you can see it like runs to his chin, and just before it falls, he like sweeps it up with a singular flourish and then spins about on the heel of his foot towards you. Now, as I was saying, inside we can discuss what you experienced out in the desert. Also, what we can do about this pesky copper dragon. And he holds open the door for you.
Yeah. All right, I will walk in. Can you remind me of the dragon's name? I keep forgetting it.
Galmiria.
Okay. Galmiria.
Yeah,
okay.
Of the setting sun.
Of the setting sun. All right. Okay. Well, as I go inside, I'll say, well, it's not just a random copper dragon. Whoa.
Okay,
I'll be right back. I gotta go stop my cat. Just got stuck in a bag.
Cat's in the bag, guys.
Take pictures.
Go let the cat out of the bag. Yes. Or Idris. Sorry, Oberon.
Yep.
But anyway, you enter with the Rashavi into his almost identical looking tower, now rebuilt. In an instant, as he sweeps open the door, it shuts behind him, and anybody outside the tower can watch as Matmud enters the edge of Egressa, sees the tower rebuilt, and you can just hear that
was surprising.
God-damned son of a bitch.
What does that mean?
Don't you have somewhere to be?
There were these people that kept saying fuck, and no one will tell me what it means.
I've gotten
Upon
myself
hearing that,
into
Bastion, who would have been nearby Mood,
situation.
you could just see
I
it
have
do
to go.
about face and walk. Just
They both just like part in opposite directions.
like we look at each other and we both about face and walk in the opposite directions.
Son of a bitch.
You're
Moju.
just left standing there with Grin.
Oh.
Well, the bitch is a female dog, and you know the son of that is clear.
Oh, they're just talking about doggies. I mean dogs.
Tries to
Cool.
sound
Yeah.
grown up.
Yeah, we'll
Dogs,
go with
maybe
that.
dogs.
Well,
Ah.
you guys have some time in front of you. You can be left. You can go shopping in this destroyed town. It's not that you can't buy anything. It's just that there's, some vendors who are short on their luck and are probably going to gouge you price-wise. Just fair warning. If there is anything you can find. But what is it you're looking to buy?
A telescope and a weaver's kit.
Oh,
Like simple things. Nothing special.
telescopes can be expensive if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check something.
Or like a spyglass, I guess. Whatever's like looking.
Yeah, lenses in
In the
general,
distance.
they ridiculously price, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, in D&D.
Are they?
But-
Yeah, because it's a worked glass
Why is
and
the
it's really hard to
spry-
make.
a spy-
Yeah,
Also-
even though they then have magic, and it's like, why don't they just use magic to make it easy?
Really quick. For one, 3 hydrates. And 2, Trigger changed the weather, and I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, is that somebody not in our game?
You know him. He's on our last game.
Is that Tomello?
Trigger dip.
Trigger dip.
He was
No.
the wizard who I
Oh, that's
He was our wizard. He was our wizard.
Yeah.
It's Tam.
Why can't I think of his name?
Tim,
Yorkie.
we just said it 3. Oh. I'm like Tim. We just said it 3 times. I see. What you're saying.
I don't know people's
Yeah,
IRL
yeah.
names.
Yeah, but Yorkule is his character name.
Yeah.
We know.
So let me just.
I
the
thought
weather?
your thing had
think-
telescope too, but I couldn't find it, so I was just.
Is it
like,
in the
nah.
Is it in the it's in the PHP?
If you're talking about the PHB, there's no telescope. I think there's spyglass.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
spyglass, but that says it's 1,000.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
spyglass is stupid expensive. Yeah.
Why don't you ask Grin to make you one or something?
Or
I don't know.
maybe Mood. If they're that expensive, maybe Mood could find me one.
Yeah, Mood could definitely find you one.
For the trip, just have it in the caravan.
That is definitely something he could provide for the trip.
If I'm
There's
to
a
ask
telescope
him for
item.
something. But yeah, there's a spyglass type.
Yeah, they are expensive. They're not 1,000 gold expensive, as I'm of the firm belief that.
I mean, there'd still be worth class in the desert. It's hot as fuck.
Yeah, 100%. But no, I'm also of the firm belief that with that, making lenses has advanced with magic, as many things have. The Weaver's kit, however, that will cost you that you can easily find. Somebody's willing to sell you theirs as they've lost their business altogether for 5 gold pieces.
Yeah.
And that's overcharging.
Well, I'll happily pay overcharge to the destroyed.
Yeah, to
But you
the
won't
town
pay
that actually needs
1,000.
the money at the moment.
you're like rifling through, moving aside your gold bars to get to your coin underneath. You're just like, yeah, I'll pay 5 gold. Let me move these gold bars out of the way.
No, we never state that we have gold bars, Chris.
I know. But yeah, so you guys will have, I mean, unless you plan to set out the next day, your carts will start to arrive and be packed up. I mean, so you can set out a day from now if your intent. If not,
does anybody need to do anything?
I mean, I would like to get that arm if it is in the next day.
yes, it will arrive in time for you to set out. However, that will come at the end of the day tomorrow. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what your plan is from there is in question.
What's
I
going
mean-
on with that egg?
I would like to purchase a couple more hand axes.
Uh,
A hand axe and like 2 throwing hammers if possible.
yeah, of course. That can easily be done.
And I will pay whatever amount of money needs to be paid. pretty easily on this one, Chris.
Where is the weapons page? All the way at the end. All right, 1 second. So a couple hand axes and throwing hammers, you said?
Yeah,
Dwarven
like,
bows?
say 2 hand axes and then 3 hammers. 3 of each in total then. For myself. But yeah,
Sorry, 3 hand axes?
2 hand axes,
2 hand
3
axes.
hammers.
Okay, I was right. I don't know why I can't see hammers. There we go, light hammers. Yeah, you'll get charged 25 gold pieces.
Sure. Let me do math. And I'm assuming that this comes from Fume's dad.
Fume's dad's not a blacksmith. Fume is the apprentice blacksmith.
Oh, Fume is the I'll actually just give him an extra 3 on top of it, just for also wanting to fix the number in my sheet. If I'm being
Gotcha.
honest. It's at a weird 8, and I don't like it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
The walking armory is back.
But you don't like the infinity number?
The rapier. How much
That's
rapier
not something.
costs?
Oh, a rapier will also just be a simple. Honestly, rapiers are a little bit more expensive. You'll get charged another 30 gold on top of what was just spent for a rapier. A rapier is an expensive weapon.
I will wait.
I will buy it for them.
I will appreciate it.
You have 500 gold.
I have a
You-
mom that just broke a plate.
You what?
What?
Gotta buy a 500 gold piece plate, is what they're saying.
That's right.
Jesus.
Sorry, mom.
Part of me has thought about this before. Like, a poor person who's never had like a dime. I'm not a firm believer that like a poor person who's never had a dime coming into 500 gold like would still like wouldn't, like, some people would say like they wouldn't know the value of what they have and would spend it ridiculously, but I'm of the firm belief that they would not spend a dime of it, like, knowing
They would
how
invest
fleeting,
it.
like, as a poor person, you know how fleeting money is normally.
Yeah.
Like it goes
But
as
you
quick
would-
as you get it.
But you would buy useful items that you
Yeah.
don't buy.
I'm 100%.
Yeah, but I
I'm just-
technically don't need a rapier yet. I can wait.
This decision not excluded. I'm just like, this is a debate I've heard before. It's like, yeah, but if you would just like want to spend it all right away, I'm like, no.
Yeah,
I
but that's why
believe-
dumb people buy a Maserati.
I believe
and
like
then
a
are
poor
how do I have
person
a house?
who would get like 500 gold would be like, this is my hoard. Like, I hate to call him Golem essentially, but they'd be like, this is my life. This can set me up. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It is.
Maybe that's just my view
Like-
of it. But anyway,
Huh?
that's off topic.
What's it called? Don't regular
No, do
commoners
you
go
want
by
to?
for like live for
You
like
can
a
bring them over here.
half a silver a day or something?
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's 500 gold. Like, and like, I think fantasy settings do it really well. Of like, when you put it in gold, it's really funny because like, you know, a wealthy person can spend 500 gold in a day really well, really easily, and really quickly. You as an adventurer know that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? You can spend 500 gold in an instant. But like, yeah, that could definitely set up a peasant for 10 years.
Ever.
All right, everybody go to
Forever.
your videos.
Yeah.
Bam.
Oh my god, it's so fresh!
Hey, wait, hold on.
It's the babby.
Oh, look at it,
That's
you
so
little nugget! Good job, mom!
You did it.
You did it, and it's so cute! Look at her little, excellent onesie choice.
He doesn't even fit in it.
It's the best part! Look at him! Oh, he's like, I want to sleep. Why are you guys bothering me?
Don't they?
I just
Don't
want
they?
to
put
be
the tongue
cute
out
and
like
cry.
that.
Don't they grow out of their
Oh,
onesie like every other
smile.
week? So don't you have to like switch through them?
You should
It's
be
like
happy
every
that
month,
it's
yeah.
God,
oversized
we
right
have
now.
so much clothes. We have so much clothes.
I'm sure that like that was like one of the
Okay.
big things at the baby
Look
shower
at
and
his
everything was
little
clothes for first thing
smile.
first.
I remember I was just like, for the longest time when I was young, I was
His
like, I
hands
don't
are
get
so
why
small,
you need
Elf.
so many
Ugh,
onesies. And
I'm
then,
gonna cry.
like,
Look at
yeah,
this
that actually
baby.
makes sense.
Okay.
He's so cute. No, don't take it away. Oh, good job, mom. Oh my god.
Just wanted to share.
Of
I'm
course,
so happy.
It was a very
a
good
new
share.
a new player joins the adventure. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, what are their stats?
Yeah, what are the stats? What's the class?
It's a charisma
I
main, clearly.
I feel like he's
Obviously.
gonna be a paladin.
Ooh.
Yeah, charisma
Ooh.
main. Chris was
I
right.
did just immediately cast
Hey,
per person
you
on the
saw
call.
him. Like that's a like pretty little baby, you know. He's gonna kill it with the ladies.
He's not a bard right now. Crying your ears off.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
He's gonna be an oath breaker.
That's a
No,
good
I'm just
interruption.
kidding.
The coolest class. Edge
Oh,
background.
man.
Come on, you don't want the boring, lawful, good paladin who smites you because
We
you
want a
stole.
lawful good one through high school.
Who
No, he's
smites you
gonna be like
because
a-
you stole something? Because of a little
Hold on, hold on.
shoplifting?
It's a paladin rogue, so you know, get that
Oh.
advantage and sneak
Oh,
attack.
get that
nice,
sneak
nice.
attack
Oh,
with a
God.
smite.
Sneak a smite.
Might
Now
as well
you
be
Sneak
the-
know he's not tattling on the
Niggas like
shoplifters
TM.
because he is a
'Cause he killed the
shoplifter.
shoplifter.
He is a shoplifter.
No, he's not the shoplifter. He killed the shoplifter. Or he killed
And
the,
then
no, he
pocketed
killed
it
the,
off of
he
him.
killed the guy who
You
caught
can't
the
crown
shoplifter.
me. I was doing it for the betterment of society.
He's not guilty if he doesn't get caught. He can't be caught if everybody who sees him's dead. It tracks.
Damn.
What do you
Okay.
mean security camera?
That's some paladin logic right there, through and through. No. Anyway, I've played my fair share of paladins in the past. They're sorcidins, but it's the same thing.
Citizens.
Anyway,
Anybody else want to buy stuff?
you guys have a
Salamander
few
egg.
days here in town, if you so choose. You can have a day and set out if that's what you want. After tomorrow evening is when the shipment from Zagara does arrive.
I need to. If we're here for a couple, are we here for a couple days? Or are we
That's
just-
up to you
can
guys.
be. That's,
I mean, I
that's
say we
the
just wait for
question.
the shipment.
Sometimes it's the worst giving players their own agency.
I mean, I'm asking
Right.
the
Because
party.
I will ask people and they will never make a decision.
So there's 5 of us. I think there's 2 ways to go. Either we wait for the shipment and then we leave, or we leave tomorrow.
Oh, the shipment's gonna.
I mean, no, we have to wait for the shipment either way.
The shipment's gonna be in before you leave.
Oh, well then what's the...
We can.
The
as soon as
question
we
is
get
how long
the-
you wait after that. Like that'll be tomorrow evening that it comes in.
I don't think we should wait any longer
Okay.
after it.
Yeah, I think
I'm
we
done.
should
Yeah, I'm done.
head
I
out.
think we should leave
Yeah,
at dawn.
That's fair.
I mean,
I
we're
will
like
I
using
will
candles.
ask people if they want me to sharpen their weapons.
I will help with the sharpening of
Can you
weapons.
sharpen my claws?
I have a whetstone, so I can sharpen your weapons.
I'm
Can I copy a
claws?
spell into my spellbook? Because I've got that
Of course.
disguise self spell scroll.
Are my
Um,
claws as sharp?
Are
as
there
the-
any relevant checks I need to make, or is it just
from copying from okay, this is always what I forget. From copying
From a
from a
scroll,
spell scroll
yeah.
to a book, I believe there is.
Alright. yeah
I believe it's just an Arcana check.
an Arcana check? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this something I can guidance myself for? Or I don't know, like,
yeah,
just
sure.
Automatic. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. All right, and I can use it quickly. Okay, so I'll add an extra D4 to this Arcana check, and pray that it works. $11. Because I rolled a 3.
I think you're still fine though.
Wow,
10
that's
plus 1.
huge.
Because I do think it's just an 11 DC.
I think it's
Nice.
10 plus spell level.
Yeah, it's 10 plus spell level, which disguise self is a level 1.
Yeah.
This is a level 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go then. Did not expect that to
Good
work.
enough. My motto.
This is why we guide.
You you copy it into your spell book. As you do, you actually blank out altogether. You completely you remember starting the copying, but by the time you finished, you do not recall the work. Just kind of flew by seamlessly.
That's a little wonky. All right.
Closes the
That's
book
not what's
after
supposed to
saying
be
that.
I'm just like, we're gonna put you away for a little while.
We'll just grab
Which,
the
to
other
be fair,
12.
I didn't blank for that long because I actually copy really quickly.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Scribe's Wizard.
Yep.
But that's still a little wonky.
All right. I got my next sending message from my mom for tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, I think.
So
I think
you
the
spend
plan
your
is-
evening. So just to go through it real quick, Avery, what do you spend your
I will
first night
help.
doing?
I'll help Moju.
Masaf's
out
dead.
to help to tend to those injured.
Uh,
Masaf is dead, correct. I have what's it called? I have like general healing spells available because all my second and first level spell slots are like totally fine. I just use
Yeah.
up my thirds.
Yeah.
So I would help with healing. Like the most, like I'd obviously start with those the most injured, and
Yeah,
then
make a
work our way
medicine
down.
check, please.
Yes, sir. Can I give myself guidance?
Yes.
Woohoo! Roll the dice. 15 plus 1 plus 7. 23?
Yeah, you spend a good portion of the evening tending to the injured in town. Many of the people are just tending to burns already treated. And as Moju sends them to you for aid, many of them go back to Moju, confused. And he walks them over, and like, rather condescendingly, if you weren't a child, puts his big massive palm upon your head with a big smile, assuring them that you are more than capable. And as you tend to the various like burn victims and broken limbs and reset injuries, retend to bandages, and reapply and mixed salves in front of like people's eyes, opinion quickly changes. The
Incredible cleric.
Day is spent doing that for you as the sun sets behind the desert hills. You guys do sorry, Bastion, what are you doing? Get ahead of myself.
Tending to helping with the rebuilding efforts.
Um,
So like if with like hauling stone and things like that in order to
yeah,
help with new housing.
manual labor.
Yeah,
And there's
that's what
plenty
he's built
need
for.
for it.
I can definitely do that after shopping too.
Yeah, there is a huge call for gathering bricks. That is what is this full day is used for. Gathering, sorting, and reclaiming stone that can be repurposed into fixing houses. So like every able body is used for gathering stone on this first day. And you both can spend your days manual laboring it up. The same question to you, Grin.
I am fixing up weapons and armor that might have been damaged in the war thing that happened. Anything that's like broken in half that I can use mending on, I just use mending. If I need to, as far as like leather armor, I turn my tool into leatherworker's tools and stitch it up. And then other than that, I just like use my whetstone to sharpen any weapons that need sharpened.
You got it. A number of badly melted weapons are reclaimed from the battle. Battle, loosely said, as it is just scattered weapons left behind as a retreat was called. Those weapons can use a full reef forging, essentially. Which, if you are proficient in blacksmithing tools, I'll take a check from you if you would like to take that upon yourself.
I am proficient in any tools that I turn my multi-tool into.
Naturally.
Artificer shit.
Okay, let me go to that.
That is probably one of my favorite magic items, in all honesty, is the all-purpose tool.
The tool of tools.
Is
How do I
Masaf
roll
in
that?
general?
Yeah.
Masaf?
Hi.
He's dead.
Masaf is dead? Yes.
Oh, sorry, not
Masaf
Masaf.
is dead.
Fucking
The pipe is
Mahmood.
full.
Sorry.
Nat 20.
Mahmood
For a
is a
23.
high general.
How high?
Oh yeah.
Damn it.
You
smoke
make
a lot of weed.
yes, obviously. Yeah, you Grin create an assembly line of workers under, direct command, or so you claim, of Mahmoud himself. You assign a number of workers to just kind of like feed you a constant line of swords, which you have either cooking in the forge or being retooled by your own very hand throughout the day. Like a meticulous machine, you spend your afternoon working away in a sort of like sectioned off forge that is set up particularly for you. And at your side, what is your steel defender's name?
Beaks.
At your side, pulling from the fire is just Beaks, grabbing the hot irons, moving them to the anvil where you strike away, and then moving them back, moving to the next, and passing them down a line to be quenched by just a confused soldier with a large pair of tongs. Soon as the day like rolls on, you are approached by this grizzled dwarf who comes honestly, as I always say, waddling up to you, as dwarfs often tend to do from time to time. As he saddles on up to you, he goes, I can see you're one mighty fine craftsman yourself.
Indeed.
Name's Ragnarok Scorchhammer. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. What's yours?
My name's Grin. Nice to meet you.
Shake on it. Well, I have been running a forge here in town for longer than you're sure to be alive. And I haven't seen craft like this so finely done so quickly since since I was a wee boy. I have to commend you. Where do you come from? I've never seen no bird folk around these parts.
Oh, I come from the land of gnomes.
Did you wrong some sort of witch or something?
No. See, I was born like this, but my parents left me.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I was raised by gnomes.
Oh, well, that's nice. Home is where the hearth is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, home is just wherever I have tools.
That's an expression that's very gnomish of you. I can respect it myself. Volthgard be with you and guide your hammer, and all that, sorry, are you, a follower of the Great Forge?
Really?
He refers to, that's actually a question I don't know if I asked you. It is a dwarven god, but generally the widely accepted god of the Forge, as he created the realm that the gnomish pantheon dwells in.
Um. Uh. Are you at all religious?
A little bit. My father, or my adoptive father, raised me under the impression that our one god that we needed to follow was Sigil Smoke Whistle.
You're a bit of a wild card then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can respect it. Well, let smoke always bellow from your chimney.
Indeed, sir.
Gnomes. Funny folk. And he starts to walk away.
You're an interesting guy.
You can see he walks off and meets up with like a living man of stone and lava, also carrying like a set of smithing tools at his waist and like a large hammer upon his back. You can see he like gives like a point and like a nod, and you can see even gestures like this, like a recognizable gesture as like an experienced smith. He's like doing this like motion of like something being extremely fine or smooth, and you're like, oh, he's describing my blades to a fellow smith, and just like a respected nod between the two craftsmen. And
I feel like in the process of B45 buying things from the blacksmith and just like hearing about it possibly in passing, of just being like, did you see that Grenfell's work so far?
yeah,
Like,
you're like in Ragnarok's shop, and he's like, you come into a smith's home and talk about another smith's work. Why don't you just, take food out of me mouth next?
Well, no, I was talking about like Ragnar talking about him, just like impressed with the work of this like small bird person.
Yeah. There's always a better smith. Well, one day he'll grow old, and somebody will be talking about, the newer smith in town. What was I doing again?
Axes.
Fucking mood.
Just like questioning him of being like, you're the one that started talking about him first.
Ragnarok is a very old dwarf. Like who there?
Older than dirt.
Yeah. Which is hard to see in a dwarf unless you're really old, is why I say that. Like full gray beard, grizzled to all hell, long gray hair, streaks of white within the gray, old, wrinkled. Stone doesn't usually wrinkle. And dwarves are said to be made of stone.
Asian don't reason.
No, they're said to be made of metal, but still.
They're made of
same
stone
thing.
and beards.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, you spend the day smithing, perfecting all the weapons of the forces here. Hoffs, you do spend a good portion of the day catching up Rashafi, I imagine, correct?
Mhm.
What
Yeah.
else do you do?
Well, I copied the spell into my spell book.
That takes like a blink.
I know that takes like
Yeah,
half an hour.
Does it even take half an hour?
No, it takes like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because scribes, fun stuff. Okay. So between multi-classing, I'm just gonna have some weird questions for you about copying higher level spells later. I don't want to bog the discussion down with that now. I just want to let you know that that's gonna happen. Specifically after catching Rashafi up, I'd like to ask about any information he has on dragons, or if there is some place that he knows of where I could learn more about dragons, because this is kind of a thing that I'm gonna need to deal with in a week from now.
Yeah, he will. I mean, he tells you. Yeah, he can actually spend the day, kind of.
I need a primer.
Yeah, he'll spend the day warning you about dragons. He'll tell you oh, chromatic well, first off, is there anything you don't tell him about your time? Because he grills you a lot of questions about your time at the Violet Night. He goes,
I cannot convincingly lie to this guy from what I've really experienced with him. He'll figure out where I'm lying and he'll learn it eventually. So
Gotcha.
I don't see a reason to immediately betray his trust when I kind of need his assistance.
Respect. So okay, well, he'll take all the information down to it was a Crewley behind it all, what you guys did with them, and stuff like that. He seems very curious. And after that, he goes, dragons, do not go searching somewhere else for information on dragons. I'm a wizard after all. I know my fair share about the great beasts and their history. They're terrifying monsters that we must thank our very existence to, if you ask me. Their uprising began our world anew, and in a way, they deserve our respect. That being said, go for the eyes. Once a beast is blind, you can really, take it out. That being said, it has very good ears, so once the eyes are taken out, go for the ears next. But respectfully. No, but seriously, the metallic dragons can be quite pesky, of course. You are facing off against what type again?
Bronze.
A copper, you say?
Or copper, yes. Oh my god.
We're never gonna escape. I literally said copper as you said bronze.
I know.
I'm too nice.
Oh, god.
Oh my god.
Right, I'll remember it someday. I swear.
He goes, yes. Copper can be a little tricky, but nothing you cannot handle. They're tough, and if you get them young, you should have no problems with most of standard magics. They do have a quite unique power. Of course, a breath that will melt your face off, burning it away with a liquid like fire, but more will eat your metal and armor away as well. Their acid breath is not something to mess with. Avoid it if possible. If not possible, let's just say, bring healing potions. Their other unique power, though, is the ability to slow you with a breath as well. It is powerful and referred to as their magics of creation, but yeah, their very breath can slow you down, and if it is young enough where it of course has yet to come of mind, then it probably holds no
risk of transformation or spell casting. Hopefully.
I
Um,
would doubt it. It's look, killing it, as easy as that would be, is unfortunately out of the question. Is there anything that can be taken advantage of to herd it in a specific direction, corral it? You know, even better would be if there was some way where we could just kind of, you know, somehow have it do what we want, but I really doubt that'll happen. So if there's some way to just kind of corral it in the direction we want and contain it
the
as
metallic
needed.
dragons are said to be much more whimsical than their chromatic counterparts. I would tell you to make find a very juicy sheep and hurt it with that. But if you wish to go a different route, maybe something. Oh, I do not know. I'm not. So fond of luring a dragon here or there. What do you know of its older counterpart? What did it like?
Oh god, let me scroll through my notes real quick to see where in the world I might have written it down.
What did you offer? Do you remember?
There was music, right? Oberon played somebody played some music, and that was received well. There was food.
There
Also?
was a haiku that was performed by
Oh, it was
geez, I'm blanking. Ignacio. I wanted to say
Yes.
Idris.
yes, Ignacio.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it was the haiku was the big thing also, right? Like they were whatever on that.
Then maybe, like its parent, it likes an tantalizing song. But this is, I am unsure. If not a juicy goat.
Sounds good. Man.
I suppose you could possibly try to drug it. They are quite resistant to such things, but if you were to get lucky and use a large enough poison, I suppose. Or, of course, beat it down and use the sleep spell.
Yep.
Always a good bet. You can heal wounds after the fact, let's be honest.
Yes. Speaking of which, do you have a copy of that spell that I can copy?
make a persuasion check.
Yeah. Sure thing. I have... Nat 20.
He goes, sure, of course, to capture the dragon, why not? And he'll literally like pull out his spell book. He goes, here, flips open to it on one page, just copy it from there.
Wonderful. A question while I'm looking at it, while I've got his spell book in front of me, like, how does he like write his spells, organize his spells, like?
Very, very meticulously. There is it like starting from the left to the right, like with like the perfect like millimeter between each line. You know, it works its way down in this series of algorithms almost. Is very familiar from series you were taught. He is your schooling was very similar. He definitely has his own sort of flow. to his
Sure.
spellcraft. But his spell book looks wealthy, expensive, but not ancient. You pull ahead here in the out spellbooking one another, and like you have this big stone like looking ancient tome, and he has this fine leather book, rimmed with gold along the sides, big open buckle. Yours much bigger. You would think it'd be, one would be the others, basically. But yeah, you copy over the sleep spell.
Nice. What's the? I mean, obviously, I'm pretty intently focused on making sure the spell is getting copied right.
Yeah,
But like, is he?
he's watching.
Avery's eyed the spell book a lot. Like, is he eyeing the book with the same interest, or is he just kind of watching
Your book?
Yeah.
You've already let him look at your book, if I'm not mistaken.
I have already. He has already looked at it.
Actually seems over it. He is just making sure you're not going beyond a page of what you promised. And as you go to flip a page beyond, he goes, "That's the end of the sleep spell. So no need to go beyond, right? Right?
Right."
But yeah, he actually does not seem very. He doesn't seem to be eyeing your book intently.
Got it.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how honest he is. The answer's not very, because he's not. Dirty 20.
You get the sense that he is genuinely only cares that you don't go flipping through his book. He doesn't care about your book in the slightest.
Nice. Okay.
At least in this moment.
Understandable. He doesn't want me to look at his stuff.
But you could transfer the spell. He's fine with that. He closes the book. He goes, "Well, that was incredibly quick."
This kind of helps with that, and I'll dismiss the quill and then reappear it. Because it's just a little part.
Show off. I respect it.
I'll just gesture at the tower in response to show off.
Yeah, I could teach you some things. Really up your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But seriously, on about Mahmoud now.
Yes.
What do you know about him?
I mean, I know he's the High General, Grand General.
High General. Let's not give him too
High
much
General.
credit.
Yeah, it's understandable. High General.
There are some above him. Lots above him.
Yep.
Yes, there are some above him. I'm gonna be honest. Beyond that, he hired us to do this job because he's trying to, go to Zagara to start some agency, and he figured the various people he hired could be a good fit. Degree. 1 second. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Beyond that, it's just kind of, we did the job. He paid us. He is satisfied with the work we did, so he offered us all a place. I think we all accepted. And between the dragon and his organization, we're kind of, we have his support in doing what we're doing right now with trying to deal with this copper dragon. In terms of him specifically, the only other thing I can say that you probably, I would say certainly already know, is that, I can't, any magics I use, like if I wanted to look at his mind or whatever, they don't work. He's got some kind of protection against that. I assume an item. It could be something else, but
Oh,
I can't get a grasp on him the same way I can other people.
Yes,
Is that
yes.
is that a rank thing? Like, is that something that, like, is it an item that all the high generals get, or is this like a specific thing to him?
It probably should be. He, however, has. I have suspicion he has done it deliberately to get at me. That's
To
not
be
I.
fair, if I had to deal with you on the regular as a rival, I would probably try to do the same.
I don't go around reading people's mind, but I often get accused of it. It's weird. It's simply probability, you know. It was likely you all would return when you did. The town was under siege. I needed to vacate. I took my tower and left behind a rock directly addressed to the most likely person to investigate my tower. At least well enough to find the rock. Simply.
Mahmoud was curious, I will say. He actively asked about your tower.
But not curious enough to go looking himself with those also eagle eyes of his.
What's plugged into it?
Well, he
Did you get the file? Did you want to get the files off there?
he is predictable, and I think that frustrates him the most when it comes to me. I think this job opportunity he offers you is quite the boon, no?
I would agree also. It certainly gives me a lot more opportunities than I had previously.
Yes. You'll have lots of money, I'm sure, to buy lots of spells and components and much more.
Yes.
What do you think the end goal for you is?
The end goal?
Yes. Where do
The
you
end-
wish to be?
I
10,
would say
20-year plan.
right now, I don't know if I know enough to know what I want to be. And I guess, right now that's just about, I'm trying to find exactly what I want to be, what I think I should be, and, doing this helps me work that out, because certainly prior to setting out on my own, I knew things I didn't want to be. So it's been a matter of narrowing down the list a little.
Well, it is a tough question, and it's even tougher to plan ahead. But in this world, in this empire, you must always be thinking ahead. I don't think you realize yet the enemies around you. And he leans in now, kind of like you guys were just like simply sipping, a light tea, floating biscuits hovering toward you as they, would run out as you guys have been talking. And now he like clatters his dish down and like leans forward across the table and he goes, "Oh, there are people who have plans for you. And if you do not have a plan for you, well, you're just someone else's puppet."
Mm-hmm.
This is a tough world here in Rakesh. We're all just trying to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And you either swim or get eaten.
Yep.
But sooner or later, after enough swimming, you start to get hungry. It's kind of fucked up. I would just recommend you watch yourself, Offs.
Can I incite him? I just want to see
Yes.
how genuine I think he is. I mean, certainly he has his own things he'd like to use me more for, I'm sure. 21?
This man's trying to mentor you. That
Thank
was
you,
a
Rishafi.
that was a genuine warning.
Good stuff. Appreciate that. Well,
He
alright
goes,
then, I will.
Well, we've been talking for hours.
We have.
I have to get the tower in order. It's still a mess, since the siege.
it's like there are like maybe a couple of things,
Out of
that were
place.
shook out of place. You can watch as he walks you to the door. He and moves this rook-shaped table with like a planter on it, back into place. Goes,
I could have used magic. I don't know why I used my hands.
and then he just walks you to the door.
Thank you, Rishafi. I will think on what I want to be.
Maybe think on a little more, too.
And he shuts the door.
Yeah.
Really quickly.
Yeah.
The night comes to a close for you. Idris, what do you do during the day? Hoffs, if there's something...
Idris.
Sorry, real quick. Did I say Idris?
Who's Idris?
yeah.
Hoffs, real quick. Is there anything else you want to do, in the evening? You come out at, sundown. The stars come out.
I'm pretty set for now.
Gotcha.
I'm all good.
Oberon, sorry. What do you do for the day? You said you were doing manual labor, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Pretty sure, yeah, just manual labor and that's it, I think.
Okay. Anything in the evening? As the town does come to a stop late
Maybe-
at night, as everybody's doing manual labor. People start to get tired.
Maybe playing with my Weaver's kit. Kind of understand it.
Your weaver's kit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not proficient with it, but I can at least
Go ahead and make
use
a
it to learn about it.
Yeah, go ahead and make a check. It is dexterity based. What are you trying to make?
Well, I could just basically use my robes to make new robes.
Okay, you just try to
I have,
spin some cloth, basically.
Yeah, I have some cloth of gold vestments, black and silver velvet, and some sheets of velvet with gold trim. Some expensive stuff, but
Okay.
Would suck if it gets ruined.
What could go wrong? Go ahead and roll that check, please.
Let me check the weavers.
I'm in one spot if
Yep,
you just want
there.
to swift by for guidance.
I would assume we're all at the same place, right?
We're all doing different things, as far as
Uh,
I'm aware.
Where are you in the evening? This is after manual labor, so
Oju's house.
I know. I mean Avery. Where's Avery?
Are people not injured still in the evening? I presume that was there
I
for
mean,
a long time.
People aren't still getting injured, and you don't have to nobody is gravely injured where you have to stay there all night.
Okay.
So yeah, kind of as the workday gets done, you just have to tend to the wounded, as people come in, kind of like a nurse's office, as hey, my bandage needs changing. You change the bandage.
It's more nursing office
Gotcha.
than trauma center right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Better
Um,
than I thought. Okay.
Exactly.
I mean, I'd probably be back at Moju's, because unless I'm wrong, the stuff I hid there is still there, and I finally have time to look at Masaf's black book.
Yep.
Citrus.
So I'm at Moju's.
Yeah, he's at he's at Moju's. I almost.
Avery never corrects anyone.
But you are also at Moju's, correct? Then you guys are just doing it. This is Moju's house.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. If I remember correctly, I said you could buy a Weaver's Tools, correct? Wait a second. Weaver's Tools. Am I confused? I actually think.
Did you goose?
Oh, okay. Well, a Weaver's Tool, all you picked up is thread, needle, and scraps of cloth. That's why it was what it was. A loom is that's what I was just thinking. I'm like, isn't a loom like the thing that is a Weaver's Tool? A loom is a very expensive piece of equipment. But you do know, like, proficiency in Weaver's Tools means you know how to work a loom. If your intent is to pick up a loom while you're here, just know that's not like a piece of equipment that you can like easily travel around with.
It's a full room kind of tool.
Yeah,
because it's
a
meant to make
machine.
yards of cloth.
Well, that's to like make cloth. This is more
like yeah, you can buy a sewing. Like you bought a sewing kit, is my point. You bought a sewing kit, basically.
Kit in a sense. So like I'm making clothing.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to be clear. Okay. Proficiencies, because like it even says in Weaver's Tools, I think you know how to use a Weaver's Tools, but the equipment is too heavy to move around. Anyway.
Anyways, playing with
guidance.
So yeah, go ahead and make that Weaver's Tools check.
A little kid praying that you don't break the cloth.
It's like
13.
26.
You start sewing a sort of patchwork quilt, not quilt. Out of various patches of cloth. Which people are in need for, as it gets cold here in the deserts and all the blankets burn.
Just like the houses.
Yeah,
honestly.
If anything, faster than the houses.
Much faster than the houses. You can spend your evening working on the loom, or not actually, but working with your Weaver's Tool.
Sorry.
No. I'm the one who gets confused. You can spend your evening working on the Weaver's Tools. As you spend your day doing manual labor, each of you can, reconvene in the evening as you'd like, or turn it in your various, abodes. Where is Hoff staying?
There's like tents or something.
Yeah, you are all provided tents if you would like. Oberon stays with his people back at his carts. Oh no, I'm sorry. Oberon is with Moju. I forget. Oberon and Avery are staying at Moju's. Bastion.
They took off as fast as they could, pretty much.
Who, your
circus?
They are going to wait till the next batch of people head off. Which is kind of like a standard practice here in Rakesh. That you travel in groups.
Large caravan across the desert is safer than small caravan.
So you actually guys all know this. There are caravans going both directions that are starting up. You are going to signal one that will follow you. You guys are basically going out ahead, and there's going to be a caravan that is going to be following behind you. So if something ever holds you up, you may run into them. There's also another caravan that's heading out the other direction to Zagara. Your circus is going to be a part of that, Oberon. But yeah, that's just because as you would learn the next day, as kind of talk around the town spreads, Zagara and Egressa is being widely abandoned. There is a shortage of water. The wells are low and need to be resupplied, which only time will give, which means, the harvest is going to be low. There's going to be an effort to rebuild. A lot of people are abandoning Egressa. People who can get apartments elsewhere mostly, so wealthy people. But there is a large move to get out of the city, and the town is going to be on the mend for some time. This day before you guys head out, Matmud will show you to the caravans halfway through the day, where you will be given 2 carts. You have 2 carts, two teams of horses. Grin, you are asked if you are able to pull a team.
Like if I'm able to have
if you have riding proficiency, basically, or land vehicles proficiency.
Unfortunately, I am only proficient in vehicles of the sea.
Then Matmud is taken aback by that for a moment. He goes, "Well, that's good if you guys are going to Seattle. That could be handy if you need to travel up the Tabar River at all. Boats are really good for that. Keep that in mind when you are out there. But I'm thinking I will send you with a driver then. You just need one. As Bastion, you can handle the other. And I think I will send him a stable boy to keep the horses. Sound good?"
Yeah, that works.
Perfectly fine.
They will be paid ahead of time. You do not have to worry about that. He leans in close. "Please don't let them die. It looks bad on us. But what happens, happens."
Plan to.
Yes, so what else do you need from me here on this last day?
By any chance would you have any books of religion or anything, or know of anyone nearby that might have them? I know Egressa's burned, but I wondered if a local church or something has protected their books.
You should speak to Moju. He is who you should speak on that. I am an outsider here in town. He should be able to answer any questions you have on that. The only temple here within Egressa was his. So
Understood. I just didn't know exactly where to go.
he may have some literature, but again, flammable things did not hold up well.
And that I
Recent
understand
events.
as well.
Anywho, anything else?
Not that I can think of.
I'm expecting the shipment in later today. I have heard word of the approaching caravan. Hang tight, and then you will set out before nightfall. Safe travels if I do not see you. And should you reach out to me, I will inform you before I move from Egressa if I am headed to Zagara. Understood? Moju should be able to make contact.
Understood.
Wonderful.
Do you go by High General Mahmoud? Or.
Are you asking my name?
Yes.
I think title is the better.
My
Yes.
last name is Matmud Tel Mahad.
So you go by High General Tel Mahad.
I go by Matmud. It's
no shame my first name. I am the only High General Mahmoud.
Okay, cool.
You will be each given imperial seals, which, with the supplied wax within one of the caravans, you should be able to dot out representable seals as you see fit. Would you like a sort of written recommendation from myself?
Yes, in terms of us acquiring lodging or such within the area.
It can be done. Feel free to invoke the name of your new organization, Imperial Magical Investigation Corps.
Oh, will do.
You are required to get a response from magicians within the area. Anyone, both warlock or wizard alike, must submit to questioning. If suspected of a crime, la yada yada yada. Use your discretion.
Guys, we have a party name now. Oh my god. Cool. Understood.
Okay, so also the Mirhan division specifically. Okay. Well, I think we should turn in for the night and then head out pretty soon after waking.
Cool.
Anyone disagree?
I agree.
It works
As
for
I
me.
note The time I will walk away.
Well,
Oh, I wait.
so be it. Do let me know before you leave. And he walks off. You guys are left for another day here in Egressa. Speak up and to do as you see fit. As the day rolls on. Yes?
No, you just said another day, so
Yeah, the
post
second
the
day.
arm arriving.
This is the second day. When he brings out the caravans for you in the morning.
Okay.
Late into the evening is when the arm arrives. Or in the afternoon is when the arm arrives. Like as the sun is beginning to set. It is unpacked and presented to you, Grin. As the courier arrives, he packs the big wooden box, breaking it open with a crowbar, moving out the stuffing. You are given this large big crate for just a singular arm, missing the forearm up. It is this upper arm and framework going into a hand. The plating from the forearm is missing. There's a shoulder pad and an arm.
Okay.
This is the arm opposite your arm blade.
So it would be my left arm.
Correct.
Cool.
And go ahead and make a investigation check for me, Grin.
Can I help with it in
Yeah.
terms of seeing the past models that was?
Yeah.
So investigation with advantage. 16.
This is a complex framework. You're probably going to have to patch in a proper cover for the wrist, as that is not in place. But the pauldron has a wire thin almost bar which runs down the back of its arm, setting perfectly in a seam cut away down the tricep.
of this arm, disappearing around the elbow where there is a sort of plating covering it, winding to these thin series of bars which are cut perfectly, lined with runes in the center. You can actually go ahead and give me an Arcana check as well, please.
This one I can't help with.
This one you can make your own check with.
Oh, cool. Sweet. I'll at least attempt to.
And you can have
I like-
advantage. Do you speak Abyssal, Grin? What languages do you speak?
No. I speak Common and Gnomish.
I got
I
Abyssal.
just want to see what this is. No, I can't.
Are you there for the unpacking?
Probably.
Okay.
I'd have nothing better to do.
Whoop, that's a 1.
That is a
Not a nat
1.
1, but a 1.
You just note some abyssal runes running along the inside of your arm. And as you hit something on the lever, Grin, you watch as the pauldron shoulder pad underneath one of the lower layers swings out and covers the forearm.
I have a shield on command.
That's so cool.
This is some pretty interesting craftsmanship. I gotta take some notes on this.
As you kind of like begin to move it back, you watch as it automatically swings back and tucks back under the pauldron.
Once you get done taking notes, you can disassemble this one and put that on at your leisure.
100%.
Had my arm.
100% still so focused on this. He goes, yeah, sure.
You're just talking to a brick wall.
A bird wall.
A metal bird.
A feathered wall. As the arm arrives, you take it to like a quartered off your new workshop, which is just like an open faced tent, which was where you did all your forging the other day. You've set up a bed in there now, and it's like the official workshop for Grin. You kind of take it back there to study for the rest of the evening. And as the last night in Egressa comes to a close, you guys are going to head out tomorrow, you've decided?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you want to do something?
I want to message my mother.
Okay. What do you message them?
Hi, Mom. Presently in Egressa, soon headed towards you, working under High General Matmood, who thought me orphaned, can only message consistently once a day.
You get like a deep breath. Huh. I thought. Thank the gods for bringing you back to me. Come home, Avery. Come home. That's all you get.
Hold on. I have to. Hi, Mom. Wait, I'm not sending it. Hold on. I need 2 minutes.
I just imagine you guys are around while Avery's having this stroke, just, like really just like counting in their head, like a very on their fingers kind of kid moment.
Like messes off and help
Avery.
Soon it's Avery, Bastion, and Hoffs all holding up their fingers, like to just get a total of 25.
Because I need 25.
You know you can count on 25 with 2
No,
hands,
better
right?
yet, it's Avery, and then Bastion, and then Hoffs holding up Bastion's third arm.
No,
I like that.
because Grin has the other
It's like
arm
I'm still
right now.
looking at it. Just hold up the fingers.
Just yeah, Avery's going through their fingers, starts going through Bastion's fingers, runs out of Bastion's fingers. Grin just holds up the third arm.
Perfect.
And not even like meaning to, but like just turning it so that it
Yeah,
gets,
just
like, a
turning it
better
the
view.
right way. She starts flicking up the fingers blindly.
Actually activates the shield. Just swings out.
Smacks her over him.
In this day, I would actually like to talk to Moju.
Okay.
And ask him of what if there's any saved literature, anything on any gods who stand for the people who have been slighted. Because with my return to life, I would very much like to use my strength to fight for the people versus against them this time around.
Your search for faith is misguided, Bastion. You shouldn't seek one who aligns with your beliefs, but align your beliefs first. Find you.
I understand that.
You wish to save others.
Correct.
And how can you best do that?
To be what most people call me, which is a bastion. Last hold for people who can no longer protect themselves. I want to be that wall.
I cannot tell you which god to follow. That would be unwise. But I can point you in a direction.
That is all I'm asking for. I would like to make the choice on my own now that I have freedom. But there are a lot, and a lot of things I do not know anymore.
Head to the Tower of Tavroth. A god of knowledge. He holds a house at the crossroads, Debari. There, you will find an abundance of knowledge. There, you can seek answers.
Thank you, Mojo, for giving me at least somewhere to find the answers to the questions that keep popping up.
If you seek your question openly, and with an open mind and an open heart, the answers you seek will find you.
I will keep that in mind on this journey.
He goes back to watering plants. It's like what he does all day.
Time to go get a new arm.
I got it.
You got what?
The second message.
My message.
Gotcha.
That was also why I went with this path.
I love it. No, I was like, good. Everyone's talking to me and I can't focus.
Yes, the Tower of Tavroth is a library in the Crossroads. It's got a bunch of holy text and scripture about this land that has like crossed over since the Second Age. So lot can be found there, some of it not necessarily all accessible, but hey, you just actually got, I mean, something to keep in mind, you just got a seal that can get you into a lot, though.
Yes.
He just got clout.
That is also why I was thinking of, like, as soon as you mentioned a place, was that might be useful.
Yeah.
You know that one magic school we snuck into? Easy money now.
You can yeah, do anything you want for that last day, but you guys can turn in another night, spend it with the town of Egressa, on the mend. Many people are still living out of tents on the outside of town. Oberon's circus is kind of the main attraction in the evenings. Some would describe what they're doing as a little cruel, as they still do openly take donations in this hard time. But the people seem open to the idea and welcome in full the merriment that this circus brings. You guys could probably, if I'm not mistaken, Oberon, catch a couple more, or catch at least one more performance from your trio. Correct me if I'm wrong. Actually, give me a performance check if I'm not wrong. Yeah, throughout the night, like the outer eastern half of the town is a lot merrier than the western town. The western side of town, oh, I'm sorry, this is an acrobatics check, but still, whatever a 2 is, for you.
He's rusty.
+6.
+6,
8.
so 8.
So
I'd imagine partaking in the merriment on the last day before your journey. Would Oberon be drinking?
of course.
I'd imagine it was a very drunken performance. Yeah, 100%. That's what I'd. The sort of never-ending tankard that he carries with him does sort of drag him down. By his late night performance, quite literally, Oberon ends flat on his ass, falling asleep mid-performance, and tumbling to the ground, not waking up, unfazed by the fall, just slumbers into the evening as
That must be one of the most terrifying things for onlookers.
they are, but immediately Oracle and Zakir are just at damage control. Just go, he's fine, he's just sleeping it off.
All part of the show.
The big bad man will be awake tomorrow. It's fine. You'll see him springy, and as always, it's fine. And then they lift him up by like the big meaty arms and just like try to drag him away as best they can. You can just see like turns over and Oracle almost falls as she tries to carry his weight. And they just kind of leave him in the middle of the road. You can just like they like sit in chairs nearby and just every so often Zakir just goes, just go around him, just go around, he's fine. Just sleeping it off. And you guys awaken the last morning. 2 caravans now at your beck and call, a team of 4 horses, as well as 2 new individuals welcome to your party. One of which is a man named Grissom. He is like a sort of a very tan man, sort of like olivish skin, rugged black beard, unshaved, like a tuft of hair matted with something within it, and some dirty sort of soot covered clothes. He walks up and spits off to one side and goes, pleasure doing business with you. I'm Grissom. I'll be keeping your horses in tip-top shape. This right here is my associate, Ferrum. Ferrum, go ahead and say hi. You just hear him go, how's it going? And he goes, Ferrum, you're gonna have to be a bit more personable to our new employers if they're gonna be paying our corn purses at the end of the week. You know what I mean? And he just bows. The pair of them kind of like saunter up onto one of the wagons and just hit the reins suddenly. Grissom shouts down and goes, "Well, come on now. We don't want to dilly-dally as well, I hear horrible things come out at night. Nah, I'm just kidding, but also we should get on the road."
Grissom and Ferrum?
Mm-hmm.
Grissom and Therum.
Is Ferrum the stable hand or is Grissom?
Grissom is the stable hand, Ferrum is the driver.
Okay. Just adding it into loop more for us, so we don't forget their names.
I'm gonna mix them up like I mix up copper and bronze. I'm just letting.
The more we think about it, the less it'll stick. I messaged Mom yesterday.
Grissom is like this like handsome, kind of young, charmy, messy boy. Whereas Ferrum is like this older, like portly, kind of like short man, with like a balding head of hair, and like this thick beard. There's some dwarf in his lineage, that's for sure.
Before we head out, I would like to find Mahmood. To one, notify him that we're leaving, and two, to hand him the like really nice brandy that we got from the Violet Knight. So,
He goes, "Well, thank you, a gift. I didn't expect this. This is actually quite touching.
I can't get it, and I understand how war acts on mortal people.
I'm
so
mortal, yes. Why do you say it like that? Do I not come across as mortal?
No,
that.
it's more of like how to word it as.
Oh yeah,
my
no, you can call us mortal
standing
people.
versus yours.
Yeah.
But trying to be appropriate. But yes, a gift for you. Just wanted to stop in and say that we are going to be making headway shortly.
Well, safe travels. I will send word to I'll send word not only to Tabari, but make sure Jufrey knows you're coming. Take care of yourselves and do me a favor. The child. Make sure he sees his family as safely as possible. If you think somebody may be after him,
If someone is after the child, I will take care of it.
just know you have the might of the Red Empire behind you.
I do believe, in order standing, I am the might of the Red Empire.
Now, I don't know if you're the person I should speak to on this.
I mean,
So I will walk with you back to your friends and inform them together. But the last thing I wish to speak to you on is politics. We are trying to make ourselves look necessary and, well, as best as possible. And for that, we need powerful folk on our side. It comes to it. I need you to make sure you do not wrong the wrong people.
we'll keep that in mind.
He walks you across the town to everybody else, and then makes one more final statement.
Okay, you are all heading off. I need you all on your best behavior. You are representing the Red Empire itself, myself as well as the organization.
Bastion just like silently nods because he's already heard the talk.
Yeah.
If we
Pink
lose
also nods.
if we lose investors because they don't like the agents we've chosen, well, we get rid of the agents. You understand?
Understood.
Understood.
I like you all. I don't wish that to be the case.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, safe travels, best behavior, and good luck. And he turns around and heads off. Before he leaves, he does stop with you, Grin, and he kind of like comes down to you, takes you off to one side, goes, do me a favor, try to, by the time you get back, have a sort of detailed layout of what you can of B45. I'd like to get those into the right hands quickly.
Okay, yeah, you just want a schematic.
Yes, as best as you can do. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll try.
Detailed. Don't leave anything out. Runes specifically.
Okay, I'll try.
Thank you.
Is this specifically to?
This is him taking
Grin?
Grin aside away from you all. Say this, yeah.
Okay, got it.
If you want to make a perception check to try to perceive something, you can.
What's going? Yeah. I'd like to.
Go for it.
Because I'm just a little nosy.
What are you looking at, huh?
I know that Grin is supposed to be the one working.
18.
Ooh.
I said
30,
Hoffs can.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Hoffs, you see, you can see the conversation. You can see like a hushed conversation. All you can really make out is detailed plans by the time you get back.
Okay. Dude, fair enough.
Use that as you will over the next few days, but that should give you plenty of information. But you guys pack up, set out. A number of folk waving you off, including the entire circus Oberon has brought to the town of Egressa. In the process of packing up, they've stopped to give you all a wave. You can see Fume, as well as his family, waving you off. The grizzled old dwarf next to him, as well as just an assortment of familiar faces. Mixed in there is Lady Tamara, who is kind of like tucked to her back with just like a veil on, kind of giving you a quaint wave as you all head out on the road. On the road again. And then you get jumped by a sandworm.
Cool.
Oh, it's good to be on the road again. No, I'm just kidding. You guys start to coast off into the distance as you can see like a caravan preparing in your wake. Set to head out later in the evening for a short jaunt before a rest. You all set out. Do me a favor. Determine what roles you take upon this caravan. One of you is guiding a team. The other following suit. Meaning, Bastion, yours is pretty decided. You're in charge of driving the team with advantage from Ferrum. Yeah. On top of that, what is everybody else doing on the journey?
I will be helping navigate.
I will be lookout.
Got it. Well,
Also, help
With-
me look out.
With my hawk assisting me.
okay.
Not help.
Just so you know, you have caravans pulled by I'm sorry, I said horses. They are pulled by llamas. Camels.
Llamas.
Llamas. Not a great
Toy.
mule animal, to be honest. Yeah, they are pulled by camels. But your caravans are rather nice. One is like a lounging cart designed for, you know, prolonged travel to just sit in and rest, and the other is, you know, packed in for storage, and there's even a table along one side, which you know, a panel can be opened and be accessed on the outside as well. There are like these pull-out canopies for both. They're very nice wagons, which have been given to you, as well as your team. You all, however, do not have much of a risk on travel, as you are just traveling around the Sacred Highway. But a number of lookouts probably isn't a bad idea. On that note,
Double lookout.
so while navigation isn't much of an issue as the average day goes by, eventually you may face like a windy sandstorm, and chaos may occur. But we'll approach that next week as we're reaching the end of our session. For now, we'll wrap it up there. And pick up on the road next week. For anybody joining us out there in the chat, thank you all. We will see you tomorrow night for our Woes of the Wildling campaign.
Woo!
Good night, and stay classy, San Diego. I dare you to sue me. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good one. Oh, 13 viewers. I love you out there, and don't forget to check out the links in the link tree here. If you type !link, you will see them there, including the start playing where you too can join the adventure.